Hello and welcome to Build Up for a Good Game. It's Southampton against West Ham United. An hour and 4 minutes away because somebody was a minute late. And the build up, that means the teams will be out in just 4 minutes' time. Gonzo, how you doing?
I'm all right, thanks, mate. Are you?
Yeah.
You managed to get here on time, fortunately. Don't worry about being late, mate. Don't blame yourself. Just carry on. Do you know what I mean? We've got things to do. What's a minute between friends?
Yeah, I've been making Charlie make a graphic for me, which I shall display
It's very
in a minute
graphic.
or two. It is very graphic. It's a graphic.
Something to look
Anyway,
forward to.
how you feeling? Kick off at just over an hour away. You looking forward to it?
Looking forward to it, actually. I've had the the build up showing, but not the build up show in the background, but Sky's been on and whatnot, and they got.
I was watching that as well.
Clinton Morrison was there, and before that they had Darren Lewis, and it was really lovely. So I managed to watch sort of an hour and a half of football, and West Ham didn't get mentioned once. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. A fracas at the ladies' game yesterday got mentioned. Aside from that, nothing. You wouldn't even know we're playing. I didn't see it. No.
Right smack.
Was it?
Yeah, she's sort of like. The first one could be debated if it was a smack or a firm push in the collarbone. It was a firm push at worst. And then the second one was a bit more of a swipe. But the third one was a proper whack right to the jaw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like
Sounds like the boxing last night, actually.
Yeah, it was a good smack. Yeah, she gave her a good wallop. That Villa defender or midfielder, whatever, that Villa player will be feeling it this morning. It was a good connection she got.
No, well, yeah, no, I didn't know. But anyway, yes, there was nothing. So you're in the right place because if you switched on to Sky Sports, they're not going to be talking about West Ham. They got bigger fish to fry today. They're basically not interested, but we very much are.
Anyway, before we get to the lineups, this video is sponsored by the World Football App, which is the free, fantastic football app. Fantastic is our opinion. They don't tell us to say that. They basically say what you want about us. Just tell people we sponsor you. We say it's the fantastic football app, which is completely free, and you can download it by using the link in the description. In approximately 90 seconds, if you get it down before then, you'll get a notification through that says, "Oi, lineups are out. Southampton against West Ham." You click on notification, it gives you the teams. It'll be faster than me reading them out. We will still go through them with you. However, you want a quicker version of it. It gives you the benches, how they expect each team to line up, who's going to be playing where, although there's a bit of a challenge for them getting the West Ham formation right. They sometimes get it wrong when we switch to 3 at the back. But the One Football app is the best way to keep up to date with all the latest news, regardless of who you support or if you're just interested in the major headlines from around the Premier League. Get it downloaded to your device now, right now. Go download it, and we'll see you back in about 15 seconds. But anyway, Gonzo, while everybody's disappeared, is there anyone you're hoping to see today or not to see today?
Oh, not to see. Well, I was looking forward to seeing you, my friend, and you're here. I'm not looking forward to seeing the chat just yet because they tell me the team early, but out of my periphery, so the chat is basically there. I'm not looking at it. I'm just looking at you. I can see, like angry red emojis. I'm aware that in my periphery I've been seeing angry red emojis, so I'm assuming that people already know the team and they're not happy about it. So
no, it's in regards to your jumper choice.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, yeah, he's joking.
He's a patron. He's in the know.
He knows.
He's been a bit naughty.
Sorry, he's been a bit naughty. Why would I be wearing such a thing in October? We'll tell you later. I'm looking forward to seeing Skamaka. I'm looking forward to seeing Paqueta. I'm looking forward to see Bowen back in form. I can't wait to see Flynn Downs get his debut in central midfield. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the fact that we've got so many centre-backs. We're probably going to play 5 of them. There's lots to look forward to. 3 goalkeepers on the bench, mate. I don't know. I can barely contain the excitement.
Would you like to know the West Ham team then?
Yes, please.
In goal for West Ham today is Lucas Fabianski. Playing right centre-back for West Ham today is Ben Johnson with Thilo Kehrer in the middle of the back 3 and Aaron Creswell slightly to the left. SOUWHU right wing back with Declan Rice and Thomas Soucek in midfield, while Emerson is left wing back. Gianluca Scamacca leads the attack with Paqueta and Jared Bowen both behind him or Bowen alongside him, Paqueta in behind them. So there's your team going. So 3 at the back. And just to clarify, there's no Kurt Zouma and no Craig Dawson. So I'm just giving you the reason for the back 3 now before you say, well, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Ogbonna is on the bench, but obviously he's not fit enough to start, I don't think, in the Premier League. So there's your team.
Oh, I mean, that is a makeshift defence, isn't it? And you can understand he's had no choice. He has to go with the three at the back. That's the only thing he can do. Kera is a worry for me as the most central of them. We don't have a lot of physical presence there, which Souček has to play, by the way, for that. He just when you've lost all your height from your team, then you've got to have him in there. It's a slight worry. It's a slight worry, I've got to say. What are you thinking?
I think it was given the personnel available, so no Zouma, no Craig Dawson. I think he had two options. He either went with this team, which he's done, and I think if we're playing three at the back with the players available, I think this is the team to pick.
Yeah.
Downs for Souček is up for debate, but I think generally speaking, the front three is fine. Kerswell, Emerson, yep. We don't have a right wing back, so it's not like I could take SOUWHU out and put someone else in. We don't have one. So it's fine. I think the alternative, and I would probably be more inclined to start with alternative, if I'm being honest, which would be a back four with Declan Rice partner and Thilo Kehrer at centre back and bringing Downs in alongside Souček. And I think I'd have been more inclined to go that way because, funnily enough, Downs in alongside Souček, it would have been a very rare example that you could actually play that partnership in midfield, but also it would allow Souček to get forward. Souček would be the more advanced of the two centre midfielders in that partnership, whereas with Rice, he's shackled sometimes. Sometimes he's got to sit back. So I think Moyes would have had two choices, and he's obviously gone with this one. I can understand why. It is cause for concern. And in a weird way, this is where this is going to sound really arrogant, but I'm just going to say it. I'm kind of glad we're playing Southampton today. We're playing a team that's struggling for goals, that is struggling for form. And if there is a game to play a makeshift defence, it's against a team that cannot score.
Yeah.
Simple as that, really. But the front half of the team looks really good. Skamak up front, Bowen, Paqueta, Emerson coming down the left-hand side. Going forward, there's goals in us. The problem is, can we keep a clean sheet? I'm not 100% sure, but
it's quite funny, actually. The more I look at it, so cast your mind back to the start of last season, just before we spending £30 million on Kurt Zouma. Didn't seem like we had a lot of money. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, no. This is we don't need to spend this £30 million here. We got Ogbonna there. Dawson's proven himself. We got D up there. In emergencies, we got Declan, who can also play there. Sometimes he plays Cresswell. The last thing we need, if we got £30 million, is to buy a centre-back, right? I was thinking, why is he obsessed with buying a centre-back? Anyway, so he buys a centre-back. And we get to a point last season where we have no centre-backs. I think, he knows what he's doing, this guy. He was absolutely right. So anyway, he spends this season another £35 million on another centre-back. And I think, he does love a centre-back, old Moisey boy. Don't call him that to his face. And I thought, okay, what we're doing, and then, all right, one of them goes down. I think that's all right. If one of them's gone, a Gerds, it's all right. We've got plenty of cover there. He can't help himself. Moyes think, I've got to get another centre-back. But crikey, this man's got a centre-back fetish. But what is clear, we got too many centre-backs. We don't need them all. We don't need any more centre-backs. And then we find ourselves here, and I think, and so whenever in the future I criticise David Moyes for buying centre-backs, tell me off, smack me bum, because we can't sign enough centre-backs as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm actually more concerned, or should I say more disappointed. I'm more disappointed at our formation than our personnel. I think if Moyes was going to go with this formation, I get why he's picked that team. But I would have been more inclined to be a little bit stubborn and say, no, we're playing four at the back and work out something with that. He could have played Ben Johnson alongside Thilo Kehrer and SOUWHU right back. Now, that would have looked a bit weak, but Johnson's at least got experience playing in a back four as a centre-back. This, like I said, he could have put Declan Rice back there he gave it the first half end and see how it would have looked. I'm a bit more concerned about this. The one thing that sort of overrides that for me is Southampton always play with two strikers, and we historically have struggled with two strikers. Brentford's the biggest example, and I'm already not looking forward to playing Brentford this season because they will cause us problems in a back four. For some reason, we just can't do it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because Zuma's in there usually. I don't know what the answer is either. So I'm hoping this sort of mitigates that. So anyway, there's your West Ham team. Would you like to know the bench?
Yeah, guess so. Bring it on.
The bench for West Ham is looking, light on centre-backs, really. We've got Areola. We've also got Darren Randolph. We've got the two goalkeepers on the bench. We've also got, in no particular order, Michail Antonio, Conor Coventry, Said Benrahma, Flynn Downs, Pablo Finales, Manuel Lanzini, and Angelo Ogbonna.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's some
Can
good
I
players
moan
on
for
the
the
bench.
sake of moaning, really?
Go on, have a moan. Go on, mate.
Why is Randolph on the bench?
I don't
Just
know.
get him off the bench. You've got youngsters that you've included in the Europa League squad on a Thursday night. Clearly, he must rate them to some extent, or someone at the club rates them to say, pick these and not them. Get Randolph off and put one of the men on there. Are you likely to use them? No, but they'll gain something from the day. What does Randolph gain from going down to St. Mary's, sitting on the bench for 90 minutes and not coming on? Nothing. Just I don't know. I know I'm whinging for the sake of it, but I just see this as a small lost opportunity for one of the youngsters, really, that we'd rather have two keepers on the bench and have you on the bench. It frustrates me. It really bugs me. Anyway, but listen, it's a decent enough bench. We've got no fullbacks. Is it a decent enough bench? No fullbacks. A half-crook centre back, two defensive midfielders, two attacking midfielders, a winger and a striker. Offensively, we're looking all right.
Yeah, and Antonio and Benrahma both, Benrahma's in good form. Obviously, Antonio had the sniffles the other night. So, but I mean, when he played before he scored. So, I think there's some good players there. If he does want to drop Declan Rice back into central defence at some point, he's got Downs there. It's not the worst bench in the world. I don't think it's the worst team in the world. That's bearing in mind our centre backs are out. I think, actually, Gio, I've got to say, not arguing for argument's sake, I think this option I prefer over the option that you said about dropping Declan Rice back there. I'm not convinced with Rice at centre-back. The height does worry me a little bit. I know, and I've read the chat, a couple of people have said, but Kera's 6'1". It still changes the dynamic of our team. That's not how we play with one player in the defence that's 6'1". It's just not what we do. We're quite dominant. We like a load of big fellas in there. And so, I mean, that's going to have to change. That being said, not sure how many. It might turn out to be all right. I mean, Che Adams, if he's playing, I guess we'll see in a second, is a mobile striker. So, actually, that might not be the worst thing in the world with Kera being in there as well. It's going to be interesting. He's got a lot of responsibility. He is the senior, not defender, because Cresswell had a long career, but the senior centre-back in there. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he rises. And I mean rises, leaps to the occasion, let's say.
Well, after a couple of rubbish weeks for me with my opposition prediction on Patreon Gonzo, I'm back with a full house again. Once more, 11 out of 11. It was quite straightforward, though. There was only one or two calls to make. In goal for Southampton this afternoon is Bazunu. Their back four is Kyle Walker-Peters right back with Bella Kachap and SOUWHU centre-back partners with Perraud at left-back. The midfield four will see El Yunusi on the right, Ward-Prowse, Partland, Ainsley, Maitland-Niles in midfield with Aribo on the left, and then Adam Armstrong partners Che Adams up front.
Yeah, two very mobile strikers, actually. Armstrong is quick as well. They've I wouldn't be playing too high a line against those two, certainly. But, if they've got Sally Sue next to old Ketchup Chapter chap, and I think that's a good defence for them, actually. So it's not going to be the easiest game in the world. That you suggest that their defence has a better look about it than ours, actually. But we can win midfield, and that's not something that would have been guaranteed, by the way, if it played Downs and Soucek. I like Downs. I like him a lot. I see him really complimenting Declan Rice. I don't know how much he compliments Thomas Soucek, basically. So I think we should hopefully win the midfield battle today. And then it's going to be really interesting to see how he play, but I think you'll see Emerson get forward quite a lot. So you might see Emerson really combining with Paqueta, Bowen joining in, and Skamaka as well. Can we score against them? Well, it's going to be interesting to find out.
I hope so. Do you want to know what one of my bets are for today?
Go on.
Emerson to get an assist. Guess the odds. What do you think would be good odds for Emerson to get an assist?
8-1.
12-1
on
Paddy Power. Big odds for a left wing back to get an assist with Skamaka in the box and Jared Bowen around him as well. I think, listen, it's an expected team from Southampton, expected formation. there's a surprise for Southampton. They'll be looking at our team going, all right, then let's try and work out what they're doing. Where's their weak spots? Where's their strengths and stuff? Whereas we look at that team sheet and go, yeah, as planned, carry on. So in terms of preparation for the game, they've obviously had longer, but ours has probably been more reliable for this game. I think Aribo will cause us a little bit of problems. I really like him, actually, and he's got nice quick feet. Doesn't mind getting on the ball and dribbling and trying to take players on. The good thing is he should be sort of shoehorned out on the left a little bit. I think he's much more impactful down the middle, and I think Saints miss a trick, actually, sort of restricting him out wide, but he'll give SOUWHU a difficult game down that side. So one to be careful of. Maitland-Niles is interesting. I wonder if they're now going to play him as a defensive midfielder, because a lot of the highlights on Southampton has been Ward-Prowse has been crap in the last few games because Romeo Lavia is not there anymore. He was sitting, allowing Ward-Prowse to venture forward a little bit. Then since he's been injured, Ward-Prowse is the one that's had to stay back with Diallo next to him. I wonder if Maitland-Niles has possibly got the nod to be a little bit more defensive, just to get the shackles off Ward-Prowse. So it would be, at the end of the day, if I was a Southampton fan, I'd want to see something from SOUWHU today that just says go for the win. No draw. Draw's not enough. It just delays the inevitable. You've got to get the 3 points. Your best chance for Southampton to get 3 points today is by getting the best out of Ward-Prowse, getting him on the ball, getting him creating, getting him shooting from distance and stuff. So I think that's something I'd be a little bit cautious about. And Elyounoussi can hit it from distance as well. Adams will piss off our centre backs. He is just one of these people that just hassles and hassles and hassles, and he's very limited. But Walker Peters will get down that side well. But with Emerson and Creswell there, I'm not too bothered, in all honesty. So yeah, I mean it'll be a good game. This is where Paqueta has to take advantage of that in the middle. We've got a 3v2 in there. Yeah, we are often outnumbered in there, but Paqueta can drop a little bit deeper, closer to Souček, and Rice at times, and then playing behind Ward-Prowse and Maitland-Niles, you'll get plenty of time on the ball today. This might be one game, actually, Paqueta does get that 3 touches that he desires instead of having 2 and getting caught on it. So, yeah, that's the Southampton team. Would you like to know the Southampton bench?
I'd need to know the Southampton bench.
The Southampton bench will be on your screen right this very second, but I shall read out for you. They've got McCarthy on the bench as the substitute goalkeeper, and in alphabetical order for myself, but in positional order on your screen, is Stuart Armstrong. We've also got Kalata Carr, West Ham's long-term sort of transfer target for the last 3 years. Diallo, Dianepo, Edozie, Larios, Lacano, Mara as well. That's your bench for the Saints today. Would you like to go straight to the bet? We've got to get this bet done.
I think so, mate. I think so.
What are you fancying?
Well, I'm less confident. It has to be said. I was sort of hoping that a centre back would be, well, there is one, but another one would be fit. It's not going to be easy for us, mate. Really, I've got to say. Bowen to score. He's bound to score, isn't he? I think he's highly likely to score. Probably not great odds for him, though, is it?
It's all right, but I'm putting West Ham to win in there as well.
West Ham to win, Bowen to score.
I'm going to put Skamaka to score as well. We don't often do 2
no,
scorers.
we don't do 2. We don't do 2.
But I mean, we've got this referee, Banks, hands out the most cards per game in the Premier League this season. But West Ham and Southampton are the 4th and 5th best behaved teams in the league for cards. So I'm sort of contradictory whether I think there's going to be cards or not in this one. Referee says yes, but the team suggests there probably won't be too many. But we could do something else in there. So,
well, I'm really fancying Cresswell to. Can we do a Cresswell assist? I mean, that'll bump the money right up. I mean, he's got to be on it.
I think over to Paddy Power, and I can.
Hello. They got the better odds, have they?
That.
Hey, the chat don't care. They just want their money. We almost got it last week, by the way.
We should have done. Diwala should have got booked. He was running around hacking people down. How he did it? I was
gutted for the people in the chat when they substituted him. Because that was all we almost had the bet. We were just waiting for that guy to get a book. He should have got a booking in the first 20 seconds, quite frankly. But anyway,
I've got the bet now.
Okay, go on then.
180. I will round up. £200. What we do? 1 200 or 2 1 100?
Two prizes.
Two winners today. £100 cash each for 2 different people if this bet wins. And do something I quite fancy it. That's West Ham to win, Creswell to get an assist, Skamaka to score a goal, and Johnny Bowen to score a goal. No cards, no fancy stuff. We're just keeping it simple. £100 cash each for 2 different winners. And as Naked said, what's the phrase that pays?
The phrase that pays. Well, for this bet to come in, boys and girls, Cresswell has got to do very, very well indeed. And in fact, the phrase that pays is Cresswell must cross well.
Cresswell must cross well. Get that into the live chat and you're entered into the potential bet winnings giveaway. Gonzo, you've seen the West Ham team, you've seen the Southampton team. How are you feeling?
A little more nervous than I was this morning, I think. Yeah, but I mean, we can. Here's where it's important now. What we have to do, and I said this before the Everton game, is we have to silence the crowd. The crowd are not only nervous, the crowd are ready to turn. They're ready to turn on their manager. They're angry very quickly, and the anger turns into boos. It's going to be in our nature because of the composition of the team, because of the players that we're missing, for us to sit back at the start. It's really important we don't. Go for it, get an early goal. It becomes an easy day. If we sit back, it can become a very, very difficult day because they suddenly get more confidence. If you want to see a blueprint of that, look at our game against Everton. We really let them get into it, and we just shouldn't have done it. That is important. A really good start is important. Let's be fair. Our defence ain't great. We want to keep away from our defence, not invite them on by sitting back. So let's attack.
Yeah, their defence worries me. I know they conceded a lot of goals. They haven't kept a clean sheet this season. You know, I think they're the only team in the Premier League not yet to do that. There's not that many in the top 5 leagues of English football to do it. There's only a handful left. Southampton's one of them. But on paper, that's really good defence. That's a good goalkeeper, a good right back, really good centre backs individually, and a good left back. You know, so that should be quite tough to break down. But it's not in Ralph's nature to do that. He will not sit back. You know, last week against Manchester City, he insisted on going toe-to-toe with them, and they got pulled apart and they got beaten. He was tearing his hair out because his team were trying to keep the ball a little bit, and they were getting free kicks and going backwards, and Hasenhüttl was screaming at them to get the ball forward. You know, they're at the Etihad, and he's saying, no, we go, we attack. So he doesn't have it in him to sit back and say, let's keep a clean sheet against West Ham. It's not in his nature. And I think he's past that stage now. I think it's too dangerous for him to do that. To do that was after 3 or 4 games where you're struck, right, let's shut up shop. A bit like what Moyes did after international break. Like, let's get a couple of clean sheets, get some points on the board, and then we can worry about it later. So I'm confident that we're going to win today because they can't score and they can't keep a clean sheet. It's an extremely dangerous combination. Now, we defensively are not the greatest. I think we might concede today, actually. I think, you know, the makeup of our defence is a little bit worrying, but we've played this formation a few times now. All the players that we're playing today has played in this formation this season at least a couple of times, I would imagine. I think if you went back, you'd see Ben Johnson playing right centre-back the last 2 European games. Cresswell's played left centre-back under Moyes loads. Thilo Kehrer in a back 3 for West Ham. Can't recall it, bar maybe one European game. However, loads of experience playing in it for Germany. You move into midfield, Rice and Soucek, fine. Emerson, left wing back, best position. SOUWHU, right wing back. Well, it's probably best performance so far on Thursday night coming off the back of it. Scamacca, Bowen, Paqueta, they're all in their right positions as well, further up the pitch. So while on paper it doesn't look great, we should be fine with this formation. The players should be okay playing like this, with this. And we can easily switch to back 4 with that personnel. We don't have to do a sub. So right, SOUWHU back to right back, Johnson and Kehrer in the middle, Cresswell push out, Emerson push forward. Before you know it, we're in a 4-2-3-1 formation. So the flexibility is there. So I'm feeling good, actually. We've got Scamacca up front. I'm very confident that he'll score. Like I said, I've got to that point now, actually, that Scamacca starts, Scamacca scores. I feel that confident about him. Right, now it's time for you guys to get involved. Can you give us your thoughts on the game, please, in the live chat? Can be your thoughts on the West Ham team. Can be your thoughts on the Southampton team. It could also be how you see the game going without your score prediction, any hopes and fears you got, but keep your score predictions because we like it in a 1-hour. And while you guys start rattling yours in, I just want to say thank you to Daz at the very start. It said just want to say all your shows this week have been brilliant. Thank you, Daz. It made me smile. I just wanted to acknowledge it because I read it while Gonzo was blabbering on about something, and it made me internally smile. So I just wanted to appreciate it. And we've got a couple of promotions coming up now. As Michael says, Fabulous Hammers Chat Christmas jumper available for pre-order. Get them ordered now. This is the last week to pre-order them on Friday. Friday is the last day to pre-order your Christmas jumper if you want one. The link is at the top of the live chat, or you can go in the description of the video and get the link to the store. They are £25, but after Friday, there'll be very, very limited numbers available, if any, and they will be £30. So order them between now and Friday. You'll save a £5 and guarantee yourself the Hammers Chat Christmas jumper as worn by Gonzo. And as you can see here on the sexy graphic that Charlie made, getting all festive. But that is our Christmas jumper, so you can order it up. And lastly, Dean said he needs his T-shirt the same place as the store. There, look at that. Ignore the moves, but there's your Bacchetta T-shirt.
Don't ever ignore the moves.
Ignore the moves.
Cherish the moves.
I do cherish the moves now. They're fluffy as well.
That's what happens when Manscaped stop their sponsorship.
Right, let's see what you're all saying. Mark says, bit of an overload on defensive players, but plenty to come from the bench. Chris says he hopes Skamaka doesn't get isolated with so many defenders. See, I think if anything, Bowen arguably gets closer to Skamaka.
In this formation, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I will say, you could make one personnel change, and my outlook on this formation changes completely, and that is having Emerson left wing back. That's an attacking move.
Yeah.
Take him out and put Fanals in, and I will go, safety first. We don't. Emerson showed on Thursday, given the ball, he'll run at that defender. Yeah. He's happy to try and take those players on, get the ball in the box and stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing Emerson play today, actually. Alan Woody says, Saints fans are encouraged by the lack of attackers we have on the pitch, but still aren't confident they will play well or beat us.
Alan knows because he lives down that neck of the woods.
Could you imagine though being a Southampton fan, right, where you look at your team, your own team, you go, oh. You look at West Ham and go, oh, excellent. They've got a bit of a defensive crisis, one attacker less. Happy days. Oh, you happy now? No, we're still going to lose. But, it'll be 2-0 instead of 3-0. I do feel we were in that boat.
Oh, yeah.
A few weeks ago.
For sure. And look, I think the Armageddon scenario for West Ham, I think we've shown that we're better than that this season. But, whilst everyone's saying, oh, we could get 8th, that would be nice. Obviously, all our ducks have got to line up for that. But, we can still lose this game. Sorry to be harbinger of doom. But,
old West Ham would lose this game. We've won 4 on the bounce coming into this. They've lost 4 on the bounce coming into this. Yeah. I seen a stat on the Sky Sports thing you were watching earlier. They went to Anfield and it said Liverpool have conceded the first goal in 6 of their games so far this season. Only Southampton have conceded the first goal more. And I thought, oh, brilliant! I don't like all these positive West Ham numbers coming into the game. Give me stuff that suggests we're going to lose, please, because then I might get a bit more optimistic. Joe is worried with the back line. Would have liked to see Rice in the back 3 and down start.
Well, Rice will offer a lot of protection to that back line, as will Souček. That is not.
Do you know something?
They might be licking their lips, but it ain't going to be hard. It's not going to be easy to break through even Rice and Souček to get to that back line.
The one thing that worries me playing a back 3 with this Southampton team is when they attack. On paper, they play 4 centre midfielders. 4 midfielders, like left mid, right mid, 2 centre mid, right. It's a 4 on paper. Ward-Prowse, Maitland-Niles, Aribo on the left, and then El Yunusi on the right. But when they attack, their wide players come inside. Southampton's more a 4-2-2-2 formation, but that wide players will come in field and play between the 18-yarders, and they get the width from the fullbacks. We need to have a plan for that. Who's marking Aribo when he cuts in? Because he will cut in. Who's going with him? Is Ben Johnson stepping forward? Well, he can't because they've got 2 strikers occupying our back 3. We almost can't afford to have a spare centre-back today. Somebody's going to have to be keeping an eye on their inverted wide midfielders because they don't play a traditional 4-4-2 like a Burnley Sean Dyche did, where the wide midfielders hug the touchline, they come in and they're going to congest the middle of the pitch. So we do need. So when you say Rice protecting the back four, he's probably going to have to. Otherwise, very quickly we'll see Aribo and El Yunusi shooting from 25 yards out at us today. What did you say? I never.
Doesn't matter.
It,
it doesn't. Just one person does. That's fine for me.
I have to concentrate on the live chat.
Don't worry about it. No, that's fine. That's fine for me.
Weston says nothing negative, but I think it might be interesting to see Rice start a centre back today and put Flynn Downs out there for his first Premier League start. But either way, I'm pumped for the game. Stevie thinks we will win, but we will go a goal down. Trosh says there's no Fernald's work rate to help out a makeshift defence.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but his work rate very much, it's sort of to protect Cresswell at left back, I feel. I think on this one, there's three of them at the back there. I think there's extra protection. And Emerson will get back and help out. So, yeah, I'm like you, Gio. I'm happy Fornells isn't playing for this game.
Dave says a little worried defensively, but feel a win is in the bag. Alan asking if we have any West Ham England lines for the World Cup. No, we don't.
No. Bit of an error.
No, but everybody does that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, but we brought out the Rice West Ham one for the Euros and it didn't go very well.
It didn't, did it? Yeah.
The honest truth is we buy the stock in and we don't have that much money to buy stock. So we bring out a line, it costs us a few £100s every time we bring out a new t-shirt design. But what I can tell you is we have a new t-shirt design coming out in the next couple of weeks, which is to do with our Hammers Chat saying or phrase that we like here, don't we? And that's a fact.
Yeah, absolutely. That is. It's true.
Johnny is going to try and be positive, but he's nervous. I feel like Paqueta will come alive today, and he's going with a nervy 2-1.
Nice.
Evan says that Southampton only beaten by Chelsea, Man City by a goal each. I think Man United, sorry. I think Hasenhuttl will help them come good, just not against us.
Hopefully not.
Gary says if we're struggling, get Soufal off, move Kerr to right back, Rice to centre back, Downs on, and next to Souček.
Well, I do wonder. I think if it's not going well, I think he'll just do something more attacking. I would anticipate. The one thing about when you play three at the back, there is an option to play two strikers there. There's not much fiddling, if you pardon the expression. You can utilise Antonio and Scamacca. That would be a good thing to see.
Ian, hello. Ian says, hi lads, I do think today will be tough, but I think we'll be able to do enough to win it. And he says, decent team, but we'd like to see Ben Rama in there from the start, going for 3-0 West Ham.
Arthur, it's not that shirt, but it's similar.
Taz says, Scamacca said in his first interview, he likes to shoot, and we're seeing more of it the more he plays, and also his confidence is growing in the team and league. Simon would like to see Soufal and Emerson bombing forward. What are you smiling at now?
Just what people are saying. Hugh says, I bet it's a show me a goal and I'll show you a mistake t-shirt, which is not a bad shout.
Yeah. We were one design we were going to bring out a couple of years ago, but we didn't. And I would like to bring it out still. We were going to have a mug. I'll use this one as an example. So we're going to get a mug that said Hammers Chat, but in the background, faintly, it would have all our phases. So it would say talk a good game, swashbuckling, attacking football, pace, moving the chairs on the Titanic, stuff, all the phrases that you associate.
Dembélés, all the stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Danny Ings, so all the stuff that you'd associate with myself and or Gonzo and or Hammers Chat would just be there. So it'd be a very Hammers Chat mug. You might get that design done. But...
I started to do one for a mug. And it was like around Zuma. And I was thinking, can we get a bit of the Zuma rumour and Zuma wife and all that stuff you might remember? I said, can I incorporate with some Pringles or do something like that? I was just about to come up with my Zuma concept. And then he got himself into a bit of trouble. I thought we can't do a Zuma mug anymore.
It's lucky, isn't it? Sometimes things like that happen and you haven't committed.
Yes.
Hammer 1999 says, big game for Soufal. Has a chance to make an impression and get his shirt back. Doubt it, but will be buzzing to be proved wrong. That's a very good point.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he has been absolutely, completely horrendous, but my expectations of it are not great. I've been aware of his technique's not particularly good for some time. Every time I looked at him, I found that to be a frustration. So I see him play well, and he, he's not got a great success rate with his crosses, his passes, but at some point he gets assists. And I can't even remember what game it is now, but I mean, he put one on a sixpence, if you still say that. He put one on a sixpence for Ben Rama recently. He's got the capacity to have a good game.
Ray says, big win again today. I said it in the Two Spanners Patreon podcast. Don't forget to promote the show. I think he wants us to promote Patreon, Gonzo, but I don't think we should promote Patreon.
No. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good stuff, excellent stuff on Hammers Chat Patreon, and also Ray's on a podcast as well.
Yeah, we won't.
Sorry, I joke. He's excellent. It's an excellent podcast. It really
but
is.
We won't promote Patreon today because we promoted the shop instead.
We can't
Adam, this is quite funny. My mate used to date a girl with a lazy eye. Turns out she was seeing someone else the whole time.
That's excellent. I like that. Good one.
Mark, we don't want your money to invest in the net. We don't want people's money. That's not what I was saying. We're just very honest. We buy the stock up front. Everything that we sell, we own. We've paid for it. We don't want credit from people. We want to give them the money, But anyway,
that's excellent. Right. I'm not going to steal it. I'm going to steal that joke.
Well, you can steal it, can't you?
I'm going to steal. I'm going to steal
it to you.
I'm going to steal that joke.
Jack says 3 right backs on the pitch and 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Chris says typical West Ham win, 4 on the bench, and I'm still worried.
Of course, you're quite right, Chris. West Ham Utd.
Right, let's keep on going. Here's a good point. Lou Blue says Southampton worked us out early last season.
I agree. Look, after one of the games, everyone was hailing. They had a good result, I think, against Man U, something like that. They beat us. Everyone was hailing SOUWHU as a tactical genius. So I'm not sure it's quite that, but he certainly has the capacity to come up with something slightly different for today. That much is sure.
Yeah. Joey said Paqueta got his first West Ham goal today.
That's a few t-shirts. Just honest.
People come up with some good merch ideas in this in this chat. Do you know that?
We'll have to sit down and go through the whole on Tuesday. We've got a busy day tomorrow, but on Tuesday we'll have a Zoom call and we'll have to go through all the ideas.
Yeah, people do come up with stuff. I do love a crikey. I do love a crikey.
Right. Well, you say it. Look, it's all very well you lot suggesting these ideas. You've got to buy the bloody stuff. Don't come up with an idea and leave us lumbered with 200 bloody Dembele mugs or whatever.
Anyway, before we get Charlie on, it's time for your score prediction. So whatever you think the score will be, get them into the live chat, please. And if you're going for the West Ham win, please make it obvious it's a West Ham win. Don't put 2-0 because that implies it's a Southampton win. Get your score predictions into the live chat. Gonzo, what are you thinking? Final thoughts? And in the preview, you said, what did you say?
I changed it. I sort of had a little switch around. I think I went to 3-0.
See, this is just what happens when you change it. You mess with me.
But
are you sticking with 3-0?
Yeah, but that's one downside of changing it. The upside of changing it is I end up saying, if I do like a daytime video or something, I can say 3 different scores, and then it gets to after the game, and I can say I predicted that. So I'm actually going with that. I'm going with John.
My favorite
1-3.
My favorite one is when somebody commented once. It was quite a serious comment, like, "Why do you just predict the scores? You don't get them right." Well, it's just a bit of fun, mate. It's not that serious. Do you know what I mean? And also, to be fair, I got the score right on Thursday. You got the score right last weekend. So between us and the last week, we've done all right.
Honestly, if we didn't do everything that people say not to do, don't talk about Moyes, don't talk about that until the season's end. No point discussing transfers until they're done. Why are you doing the score? There would be no video, there'd be no channel. So we got to go with it. So bung your scores, spam your scores in the chat, knock yourself out.
I've got a really funny. I've got another joke here. It's quite funny, but we've got a bit of an issue because 2 people are putting the exact same joke at the same time.
What?
So I think they must be Google.
They might be the same
Googling.
They'd be googling it. What are they googling? Dating jokes? Is that what it is?
Lazy eye jokes. I think.
Oh, it's just lazy eye joke. Okay.
Simon said, "I used to have a teacher with a lazy eye who got the sack, couldn't control his pupils."
That's very good.
But then Adam said, "I used to have a teacher who couldn't control her pupils."
Okay, I don't listen. I got no problem with people using Google to get jokes. By the way, I like this.
Listen, I'm feeling really good, Gonzo. I think we've got enough in that team to score a couple of goals today, and if we score 2, we should win the game. You know, Southampton are goal shy. Even if you say, right, today's the day that things happen for them, even that would imply that they score a goal, one singular goal. We've got a weakened back three. But you know something? We're not playing 19-year-olds at centre back or anything today. We're playing Tilo Kerr centre back. We're playing Ben Johnson, who's got plenty of experience playing there, and also Aaron Caswell got plenty of experience playing on the left of a back three there.
Yes.
There are 2 of them played on Thursday night in a back three. So, in order to play the back three, I think you get Emerson in his best position. In a back four, I don't think Emerson can play in his best position because it's not there. It's left wing back. So it sort of swings and roundabouts when you're forced into formation changes, winners and losers all the time. And like I said, while Creswell's slightly out of position, I do think. I said 2-1 Thursday. It was generally true.
It's not. He's saying, if you say the phrase, "I feel really good, we lose," is that true? Is that a fact? I want to know.
But I do feel really good.
He's made out. I was fine until Darren wrote that.
I do feel really good for this game actually, and you know something. Part of my confidence comes from Skamaka. It genuinely does. Like when he's in the team, you've got a chance of scoring, and when you've got goals, you've got a chance of winning the game. It's as simple as that sometimes. But end of. It's as simple as that sometimes. End of. Right. Before myself and Gonzo disappears, time to introduce Charlie Boss.
Hello. How are you?
Well, I'm kind of impressed because Mick's half guessed a new merch line.
I mean, you've half said it about 4 times in the last.
I know. I did hint.
Listen, Nick's just concentrating. Is what's going on here. Nick's just on the ball. Yeah. But how are you? How are you both? Excited? Are you looking forward to a match where we have
way too giddy to be honest with you, Charlie? We're having far too good a time here.
Hungry. Okay, I'm quite hungry, actually.
Oh, welcome to my world. That's just me.
I've got a Scotch egg in the fridge.
Scotch.
Have that accompany the game with a Scotch egg. Do you know what? We have never ever lost a game of football when I've watched a game whilst eating a Scotch egg.
Here it comes. Gonzo.
Yeah.
How many games of football have we played when you've been eating a Scotch egg?
Never done it.
Yeah.
But they didn't see that one coming, did we, Charlie?
I don't think we won't put that on a t-shirt.
Do you know something? We lose today. Then
that's my kind of humour there. That's quite right too. I don't know.
There's a lot of Hammers Chat people in the live chat today. I like it.
But they're people that have clearly watched our videos over a period of time, so they're basically in jokes, and of which I apologise, but don't apologise if you've joined for the first time. You're very welcome if you joined for the first time. If you're wondering what the hell is everybody talking about, they're basically people that have watched Hammers Chat for too long.
And this isn't the weirdest show we've ever done either. It sometimes gets a little bit worse than this. But if you are watching for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. Click that subscribe button and drop a like on it by clicking the thumbs up. Myself and Gonzo are going to disappear. Gonzo with his 3-1 prediction. There he goes. Me with my 2-0 prediction.
There he goes. And thank you very much for everyone for joining. How are we all? I hope you're all well. I hope you're good. Hope you're excited ahead of this league fixture between Southampton and West Ham United. Now, we'll be going through the teams properly in just a moment. You can see them going across the bottom of your screen. Not many centre-backs, but I can't lie to you. I'm feeling it today. I'm not sure entirely why, but I'm feeling it today. How much are you feeling it today?
I'm feeling it quite a lot, Charlie.
That's all we need, Gonzo. It's just as long as we're feeling it, then the results follow. You know,
they do. I've noticed. Only one thing has brought me back. Only one thing could prize me away from the Scotch egg. Well, I'm going to go and eat it in a second, and that is Danny in his Christmas shirt there with baubles. May I say?
I like it. Let's see where this is aiming because I don't know. Oh, it's wonky. Hang on, give me a sec. There you go. Look at him.
He does like the 2-camera system now, does Charlie?
Look at him. Gonzo,
Do you think...
is this not the perfect twosome for a show? If this was the build-up, I don't know about you, but I think the people would be highly for it.
I think they would. He puts a lot of work on me, Danny. To be fair, you know what he's like. You partner him all the time, and he doesn't contribute an awful lot. You know, you can't say I'm going to go half time. I'm going to go to the toilet. I'll leave you with Danny for a couple of minutes, and he's just there looking. That's a nasty look he's got about him as well. Suspicious sideways glance.
Bit of a he is. It's a dodgy. It's not a bad. It's not a good cutout. I can't lie to you. It's all over the shop. But if he's just like, hello and welcome to Talk a Good Game. We'll start with Gonzo. Gonzo, what do you think of the team? What do you think of our opposition today?
Team, Dan. It's a good team. I'll tell you what though, Dan. They all look a little bit short, mate. I need a bit more height in there, and he'd get all offended, wouldn't he?
Well, you know, probably. Well, I don't know. He's funny. He's probably dealt with that literally his entire life. So,
your spoon is in your cup.
Do you know what it is? It's because when I'm doing shows, I'm like, I've got to go, quick, go. And so I just make it, and then I come here, and then I stir it, and I'm not taking it out. It'll just live in there. Just live in there, you know.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave you and your spoon and Danny together. I just wasn't ready to. I thought I got ejected from the stream a little bit too early. Then.
Just before you go, you still feeling it?
No, I'm feeling it. Still feeling it, but I'm feeling slightly less than I was before, which is a metaphor for my life, quite frankly. Yeah. What about you?
Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, Gonzo. I could not be feeling it more than I am right now, this specific second. Will that taper down towards the kickoff point, maybe?
Why? What about this team has given you the
It's not
the horn?
It's not their team. It's not our team. It's more theirs. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember when we faced Wolves, right? And like Bruno Lage was on his last legs, and there was very much a feeling that he was like, right, screw it. If this is it, I'm going out on my sword.
Yeah.
He like put out a team that was weird. He changed formation. He's got Ruben Neves at centre back. He was doing all kinds of weird things, right? But he was like, I'm going. This is it. I'm happening, right? I look at this Southampton team. He's not even done that, really. Now, I think he's probably a little bit more comfortable in his position as opposed to Bruno Lage was, if we're being honest about it. I don't think SOUWHU is as close to the chopping block as he was.
Okay.
But you look at it and you're just like, bro, you're doing the same thing you always do. Like, it's not been working. I like SOUWHU, but it's not been working. What makes you think it's going to work now, you know? And I look at our team and I think, even though our defense is a bit all over the shop, the rest of the team is pretty flipping strong. You know, I'm not too worried about them scoring, and I'm pretty confident we're going to score. You know?
Well, that's interesting. I do think you've mixed up your metaphors slightly.
Okay, go on. Lay it down.
I think you fall on your sword or you go out on your shield. So
I definitely have done that.
If Bruno Lage went out on his sword, he's basically killed himself. So basically, he is.
He put Ruben Neves at centre back. Am I wrong?
Sorry, that's true. That's true.
Am I wrong? Listen. We all know Neves loves to hit a long range shot. That's a bit too far. You're a bit too deep down the pitch. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Sorry, look, I know this is your show, but can I just deal with James a second, please? I'm not in for all of this. Funny ways of eating things. The kids eating a Jaffa cake. What are you doing? What are you doing? The nibbling of the toffee off the top of a Twix, and then retrospectively eating just the naked biscuit. It's not on. Come back to
about this.
This is true. So do I eat?
So you're telling me,
yeah.
Even as an adult, maybe, but more specifically as a child, you never ate anything in just a specific manner.
I was too hungry. Right. I'll tell you what, Dave. I'll tell you my one quirk. Right. Right. So the roast dinner.
It didn't last a second.
No, nibbling. You know all that. Whatever. Kit Kat. People nibble all the chocolate off a Kit Kat, right? And then they just got away for it at the end. Oh my God! They got chocolate on their hands and everything. I mean, you made a right mug of yourself there, right? But okay, now I'll tell you what I do. So you get a roast dinner.
You said do. Carry on.
I do that. You get a roast dinner.
Yeah.
And I will eat the veg first to get it out of the way. To leave the good stuff. And you know what I mean? So what's left is basically stuffing, whatever, whatever, chicken, beef, whatever it is, roast potatoes. If we're lucky and it's good, the Yorkshire, you can't leave the Yorkshire for too long, though. You can't do that. You've got a bit of Yorkshire, a bit of veg. You've got to do that because otherwise the gravy and it gets all soggy. So apart from that, the Yorkshire is the exception to the rule. Get the veg out of the way first.
Okay.
And then eat all the good stuff later. And as I say that to the kids, and then because they get to the end of it, they say, "Oh, I'm full up," and they've got veg on their plate. So it's almost the law in my house that you have to eat your vegetables first.
Yeah, but I would say, as an adult, that I would eat everything else first, because by the time I'm full, which happens very rarely for Charlie Walsh, let's be real about it, but by the time I'm full, only veg is left, and I'm good to go.
But you've got to have the kids. They've got to have the vitamins and the goodness and all the rest of it.
And that's probably why I am the way I am. That's probably the reason. We've drilled down into it, but you know.
I like Zach. I like Zach. Huh?
I also don't eat roasts that often, to be fair. So.
Well, I don't, but it doesn't have to be a roast. It doesn't have, you know what I mean? It could be anything with veg. Get the veg out of the way. Pie, get a pie, whatever. I don't know, whatever the case may be. Shepherd's pie, I say, eat the veg first. Although they try and get a bit sneaky with a shepherd's pie. They'll stick a carrot or a pea into the actual cottage pie itself.
I'm okay with a carrot and a pea. Do you know what I mean? If they're on I'm happy to have them. I'm concluding them as well. There are very few vegetables. Broccoli, for example, I'm including that in the you've got to get it out of the way category. Yeah. You know, because I don't get carrots and peas. I'll happily eat carrots and peas. I'm quite good with that as a.
They're all right. So you know my mate Marcus, right?
I do.
Obviously you met Marcus.
Very nice man. Very nice man.
So he's just moved, right? I went round Marcus. He does it all the time now, and he said, so I went round his house for dinner, and and with the dinner he'd like made bangers and mash, and he'd made peas and carrots. But these carrots, right? What is this gourmet shit you're serving me up here, right? And it was a carrot caramelized. He says, "What do you do?" He said, "Well, I sort of parboiled the carrot." And he in butter and brown sugar, he'd sort of like caramelize it afterwards. I couldn't get enough of these carrots. Gorgeous. I've got to go. I'm starving.
Well, listen.
Enjoy the game.
You've left me hungrier than I was at the beginning of this. And in many ways, please leave, because I can't be. If I get much hungrier, the whole stream is just going to be me eating. Major's going to get his wish, and I'm going to end up ordering a kebab live on stream. And we don't need that right now. We don't need that.
They might need that. Enjoy the game, everybody. Somebody's asking for a stream. I've got to go. Don't endorse such things, but maybe someone might know something about such things. Enjoy the game. I'll catch up with you lot later. Thanks, Charlie. Sorry for bum rushing your show.
I'll always have a conversation about food at any time. You're fine with it. You're fine with it. Good to see you.
I'm
Good
off.
to see you. Anyone asking for streams, here you go. If you're looking for a way to watch the game, there are ways you can do it. If you scroll down into the link, the description below, you'll find there's something called Join on Discord. If you click on that, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's completely free to join. Lovely West Ham Hammers Chat community. Fans of all clubs are indeed welcome, though. Have a little gander. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the lineup, shall we? West Ham lineup as such. That was weird, wasn't it? Never seen that happen before, but we move. West Ham lineup as such. Fabianski in goal, with SOUWHU, Johnson, Kehrer, and Cresswell in defence. Probably also with Emerson in the back five, although I guess we'll see, but probably. We have Rice and Souček in a double pivot with Bowen, Paqueta, and Skamaka ahead of them. It'll be interesting to see exactly how he ends up lining up, exactly how we end up formationing in that. There's lots of different ways it could happen. Could be 5 at the back with Emerson at wing back. It could be 4 at the back with Emerson at left wing in a 4-2-3-1. It could be a 4-3-3 with Emerson at left wing and Paqueta dropping deep. There's lots of different ways in which we could do that. My gut says that Emerson will be playing on the left wing. However, last time that happened, he was definitely at wing back. So we'll end up seeing. By the way, Woody, good afternoon. How are you? I'm 1,000% certain Gonzo was avoiding your message. I saw it, and I know he would have. But still. On a scale of 1 to 10, now you're looking at this lineup, and we'll go through the Southampton one on the bench in just a second. How confident are you, ladies and gentlemen? We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible. Lob it in the chat, and we can get that conversation flowing. George, I promise you it will be there either just before or just after kickoff. The earlier in the day the kickoffs are, the later they tend to be because, you know, people waking up and that. But they will be in there soon. My, good to see you, my G. How are you, my friend? Hope you're all good. Hope you're well. Let's have a look at this bench then. The bench for West Ham United today. Areola, Randolph, Fornals, Antonio, Lanzini, Downs, Ogbonna, Benrahma, Coventry. So you're talking a double goalkeeper system for some reason. You're talking Ogbonna as the only defensive player. And then outside of that, a very sort of attacking bench. Downs and Coventry is the DMs. You've got Lanzini and Fornals. You've got Benrahma and you've got Antonio. It's a very attacking bench. We've not really got much options. Every single person seems to be injured in defence. So, you don't really have much of an option. However, can't look at it and say that bench is pretty weak. That bench is pretty strong. Let's have a look at some of these confidence levels before we click onto the Southampton one. We're talking 5. Afternoon, Charlie. Afternoon, Jeff. Do not like the look of the back 4 or 5. It's one of those things, Jeff. There's not really many options in there, you know what I mean? That's my opinion, but it's not like I like the look of it. It's more like there's no options. I would prefer a 4. I suspect we'll go with 5, but I prefer a 4. If it's 5 at the back, then -6. 4, 8, 7. Cresswell must Cresswell. Crosswell. Yeah, he must. I should have paid attention to what the bet was. We were close last time. 6, 10. Yes, let's go. Let's go, Spaceman. 4, 6, 8, 7, 7, 7, 6, 8, 9. As ever, a massive 69. Nice, Dan. Let's go. Let's go. All feels right in the world when I get one of those. Do you know what I mean? It all feels right, Dan. It all feels right. 8, 8, 7. 7 for me, Charlie. Do you know what channel the game is on? Kevin, it is not on UK television today. Because we're not allowed to watch the thing that happens in our own country. Which is dumb, but that's the way it is. And so I, of course, am in my holiday home in North Idaho. But you'll have to find ways to watch it. Like I say, Discord, Footy Pass, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. Let's have a look at Southampton lineup, shall we? Bazunu in goal. It's very strong, this Southampton team, if you're looking for double-barreled names. When I was inputting it earlier, my God, there's a bucket load. We've got Bazunu in goal. We've got Kyle Walker-Peters at right back. We've got Bella Kotchap, Salisu and Perot. We've got Ward-Prowse. We've got Maitland-Niles. We've got Elanusi and Aribo flanking them. And we've got Adams and Armstrong up front in a 4-4-2. Their bench, McCarthy, Lionco, Kaletakar, Larios, Gineppo, Diallo, Armstrong, Mara and Edueze. 5 double-barrel names in that squad. Which is very exciting. Shout out to Manchester City's Youth Academy, who are practically doing the opposite of what Liverpool did with Southampton before. They're just feeding Southampton. They're just putting them all in there. You know what I mean? We've got a few in there, don't we? We've got a few. I'm looking at Bazunu. He came from City, didn't he? Larios came from City. The guy who... What was his name? Lavia, is that was his name? The one who was not playing today. He was come from City. Adueze, he came from City. There's a lot of ex-City players in there, is what I'm saying. A lot of ex-City players in there. No, that would make it a City, to be fair. So why not go to Southampton? Let's carry on and have a look at these. So we've got an 8. We've got 8 solid 10, 7.253, 7999R from Dave. What else do we have? Nice day out in Southampton. He's just having a nice day out, isn't he? A massive 16. Good to see you, Richard. Hope you're well. Feel quietly confident, says Chuck, with a 3-1 win. We'll be getting on to score predictions in just a moment because we are running a little bit behind. There's only just over 5 minutes till kickoff. So we'll be running through those just a moment. But good to see you, Chuck. Hope you're well, my friend. 7. I'm a 10 today, Charlie. 4-1 to West Ham. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Let's just rob it in. Let's just throw it in there. 6 for me, though I can't handle a defeat by Saints fans. Yeah, it's going to be very stressful for you. I can't lie. It's going to be very stressful for you. I can't lie. Let's ask for those score predictions now. We've got about just over 5 minutes away from kickoff, so lob them in the chat while you're in there. So make sure to subscribe to the channel because we do watch-alongs every single match day. We'll be the only channel who didn't watch along every single match day last year. I'm going to keep saying it until I miss one, which will probably be sooner rather than later. But until then, I'm just going to keep saying it because screw it. It's the way we roll. It's the way I like to say that I mean things. By the way, thank you very much for the comment, Breezy, for the beard. Appreciate it. I was in Camden yesterday. I fit in for once. Let's go. Went Lost Boys Pizza. Went around. Just Camden in general. Went up Primrose Hill. Listen, I felt like I fit in. But yeah, while you're there, make sure to subscribe while you're down there. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future streams, alongside, if you can, that like button. We absolutely battered it last time. I can't lie to you. We were absolutely flying when it came to the like button. We were on 300 early. Then we went past 400. Then we hit it. It was just crazy. It was just nonsense. And let's see if we can match it today. We're at a solid 243 already. We are absolutely flying with the likes already. So if you haven't already, make sure to get involved in that, because I'm telling you, we're on for a winner today in that sense. We're going to hit 300 potentially before half time. I mean, we could hit 300 before kickoff if we all smacked it right now this second, and we could, but I'm just telling you. And remember, if you're going to go ahead and watch the game in a second, and thank you very much for coming, we appreciate it. There are ways you can watch the game, Discord, all that stuff, but make sure to come back at half time, because I'll be live the entire time. Half time, Geo comes, we have a nice conversation. He can actually give you thoughts of someone who knows what they're talking about, and then of course we do all the second half, and then the match review with Geo and Gonzo at full time. So I would highly recommend you either sticking around or coming back for that. But let's have a look at some of these score predictions before I do that. Both Madman and Scott are here. Good to see you both, guys. Appreciate you for coming. Hello. Wanted to make sure I didn't miss out on either of your messages, because I do that sometimes because I'm an idiot. I did go coyote ugly in Camden as well. Was I drunk and topless? No. And no one can prove that, because there's no video footage, Ray. That's the way you love to see it. It's a great pizza place, to be fair. We've been planning to go there for a while. We went in, the pizza there was... Oh, it's good. It's good if you're in the North London area, mate, or if you're just travelling through Camden for some reason. Get over Lost Boys Pizza in Mornington Crescent. A beautiful place. Right, let's have a look at some of these score predictions. We have 3-1 to West Ham. We have 3-3, 4-0. I would say... I wouldn't say it's not needed, but it's highly recommended, as is ad block, all that kind of stuff. If you're looking for just dodgy ways to watch football in general, it's good. Trust me, it's a good thing. Embreezy, by the way, if you haven't already, check out Embreezy, both on YouTube. Man's coming back, doing some big bits, given FM23 is coming out, but also over on Twitch, M_Breezy. Get over there, get on his Twitch. Lovely guy, West Ham fan, Hammers Chat patron, but also genuinely, and I say this this isn't me just saying it, because he's genuinely my favourite football manager, streamer, content creator, however you want to word it. It goes him, Benji, rest of them can get in the bin. That's a lie. I like a lot of them. I can't decide my third. But genuinely, Breezy's out here killing the game. 2-1, 3-1, 3-1, 5-1. Skamaka 4 goals and a Bowen pen. Major. It's a bold play. 2-0. Goals for Emerson, Bowen, and Skamaka 3-1 to the Hammers. 1-1, 4-2 to West Ham. Win 9-1 with West Ham scoring the Saints with an own goal. Rex, it's a bold play and I respect it. 2-0 to me. Come on, Alan. Let's go. 3-0 win. Skamaka, Bowen to score, Paqueta to assist, and I win $1,000 from a fiver. Jordan, I am very hopeful for you. I am very hopeful for you. Listen, I do exactly what it says in the tin. Not the Ron Seal tag, not the Ron Seal tagline there, but I've said it anyway. 3-0, 3-1. There's lots of bigs. No, I mean it's slightly more gentrified than it was, say, 10 years ago, but Camden will always be Camden to some extent, in my opinion. But yeah, Lost Boys. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're moments away. We are mere moments away from Ben. Good to see you, by the way. We are moments away from. Sorry, I apologize to all FM streamers. Golden FM, he watches our videos sometimes, I believe so. Golden FM, for example, doesn't really do much anymore, but used to. You know, there are people out there, but still. We are moments away from the kickoff. There is the timer up here, so I'll show you exactly how far behind you I am. It's obviously going to be a bit of an awkward one today, given everything. So it's going to be a bit of a struggle to keep up with what's going on. So if you are, that's where the timer will be, and you'll be able to see exactly how far behind you I am, which will be, it'll be at least some amount of time, given the fact it's not on. Cyberdog is still there. I was there yesterday. I didn't know that something I was wearing was glowing in the dark. Again, I just fit in. I was just among my people. I didn't even know it was shiny. Didn't even know. Ooh. American commentary, definitely in a very weird language that I did not understand. We'll be looking forward to listening to that at some point later on this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, just before we start, by the way, the One Football app is a beautiful thing that you should definitely check out. Link in the description below. It's an app which allows you to keep up with only the things you care about. So let's say, for example, you only wanted West Ham news. Then guess what? You can find that on the One Football app. All you have to do is click follow West Ham, and then it will just show you West Ham news. You want to get the lineups before Geo Gonzo show them on stream? That's the best way to do it. Otherwise, you can click on the Premier League, for example, and just click on the Premier League and follow that. You can click on maybe, say, the Europa Conference League and follow that. Whatever you want, the One Football app has it. Link is in the description below. Thank you to them once more for sponsoring. They've been incredibly kind to the channel, and we're always very, very grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from kickoff on my screen for West Ham United versus Southampton in the Premier League. Another situation where potentially West Ham could end the reign of an opposition manager. Whether or not it will happen, we'll see. But everyone takes the knee at the first whistle. We're about to get underway at St. Mary's. Keep Woody in your thoughts and prayers, please. West Ham to kick off. Lucas Paqueta to take. Oh, bit of a false start. Everyone ran forward a second. Bit of a false start. And we're underway. Come on, deploy the boys. Come on, you Irons. Time to run two things. It's West Ham. It's Southampton. It's big. It's live. It's going. Come on, Mr. Pardew. Let's go. Let's go. I have not seen... Well, I have seen that before, but that was before we fixed it. Ben, if you are in the chat... I don't know if you're still here, Ben, but if you are... would you be able to see if that link is still the correct one? I would check, but you're smart. I am, and I apologise. If not, I'll have a look in a minute, Christian. All right, I'm looking forward... by the way, Ray, I will check my messages in a sec. Be interested to see again what our sort of formation is, what our lineup is. Are we playing the 3? Are we playing the 4? Paqueta finding himself wide on this left-hand side, just linking up. West Ham a little bit awkwardly. Oh, almost. Oh, we win a corner. We win a corner. We'll be taking that. We'll be taking that. Discord link worked for me. I used the one in the video description. I'll have a look in a second, Christian. It should be okay. But yeah, the link in there should be fine. I don't know. I'll have a look. I'll have a look when I get an opportunity to, Christian, I promise. Like I say, Ben, if you're still here, have a look, see if it's the right one. It should be, but... no, it's about our patron show, Two Spanners, One Hammer, which Gonzo so ruthlessly destroyed earlier on. One of my favourite things I do, to be fair. I always enjoy that. It's about that. It's about something we've got coming up next week for that. So, or if it's a dick pic, scenes. My TV station is struggling in what can be described as an annoying fashion. Please. Let's go, Kyle. Looks like a back three. It looked like it for a second. I can't see it currently, but when I was there, it did look like it for a split second. Yeah, the link works. Just checked. Okay. Maybe try again, Christian. You should be accepting an invite, and it should basically lead you in. Again, you don't have to... It's not something you have to pay for or anything. You just have to get involved with the link and basically have an account. That's it. The internet. Come on, you internet. You would love... I mean, you American TV stations. I'm very concerned. I just heard my WhatsApp ping. I'm very concerned. The Scotland version, of course. Yes, of course. Shout out Michael Byrne. I was looking at trains up north, right, the other day. Clips. I was looking up trains up north, and I can't act like I didn't get a little bit excited when it looked like I'd have to stop off in Rochdale. I can't act like I got a little bit excited when when me and my girlfriend were looking up trains. You know. I was like, I could stop off, and if there's enough time between trains, I could go and run. I probably am, but yeah, Wi-Fi's struggling in Idaho, James. I can't lie to you. We're getting a bit of a struggle over here as well. I don't know if it's the same. Maybe we're on the same provider or something. Maybe we're on the same provider. Don't you just love not being able to watch games on television? It makes perfect sense, right? Oh, where all the people are. Let's stop them from being able to watch the games. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's definitely a thing that should exist. The seasonal resident Mr. Vinny needs a Wi-Fi fixing. It does. It really does. I'll have to get onto him after this. Right now, he's just busy being a happy little festive boy, but I'm going to have to get onto him after it, you know? Really just discuss the details with him, because we're having an issue, ladies and gentlemen. We're having an issue. Marte, come on. Yes, you'll have to see it, Marte. I'm going to say it. I don't want to watch Aston Villa Chelsea. Is that true? I mean, it would surprise me, but that's kind of crazy to think about. It's kind of crazy to think about. Jesus, Ray, why? Ray, if you're there, I regret clicking on your messages. We will get there, ladies and gentlemen. I promise. I promise we will get there. Ray, you're a monster. You're an absolute monster. I would show the stream, but we would get banned. We would get banned. Oh, something we can see it at least. We could. Oh no, it's gone. It's gone. There was a moment where I could see it. It's gone again. I miss Craig. Yeah, so do I. So do I. Never a good time without Craig, is it? It's never a good time without Craig. He's brought so much calm to the back line. He's brought so much calm to the back line. Leon, there are definitely ways you can watch it. I would highly recommend checking out this. He's just brought so much. He brings so much just tranquility to the defense that just works. He's just a guy who. Thank you, Madman. I appreciate it. He's just a guy. Trust me, I'm trying. He's just a guy who makes stuff happen. His long passing's really good, but also just he's so smart defensively that it makes life significantly easier when he's there. Unfortunately, the injuries have screwed us a little bit on that one. But since he's come back in, like I said in the thing the other day, I was concerned. I was genuinely concerned he was going to come back in and maybe his eyes would be turned the other way. And if there was one person you'd be able to James, please don't do this to me. If there's one person you'd be able to confidently say would still be 100% in it, it would be him. But it's frustrating when you know what I mean? When he's not there, because we do look significantly worse off. Still, West Ham trying to work their way down the right hand side. Your boys' visuals are back, ladies and gentlemen. West Ham trying to work their way down the right hand side. SOUWHU's going to take the throw in for this one. It is definitely a back three, by the way. Like, the brief moments I've seen, and now I'm looking at it, yeah, that's about as back three as you're ever going to see all day. Johnson with Kera in the centre, and then Cresswell right centre back. Obviously, you're going to have Emerson on one side and SOUWHU on the other. Many people have thought it since he joined, I'll say that. His picture, the people were on it. The people were on it. Ball over the top for Southampton, looking for it. SOUWHU does well to cut it out, but Johnson misses the header. Thankfully, again, this is the sort of concern I didn't really have. This is something I wasn't really too concerned about. Is when they do sort of counter attack, we're just gonna have outnumbered them in every single position. So there, they did try. They had a moment there where they could get forward. They've won a corner, but they had a moment where all of a sudden, Kufal with a little bit of an awkward header towards Johnson, can't quite get on the end of it, and all of a sudden, Adam Armstrong has the ball in a really good position, but they just don't have numbers. Paqueta, by the way, doing really well to get back on that one, and he concedes the corner, but it's good defensive work from him. And we just have so many people back that they're forced wide. It's a good thing to see. It's going to be frustrating to watch a little bit, but for now, it's a good thing to see. Good header away from Souček from the corner. Armstrong plays it back out towards Ward-Prowse, who tries to play it in, and Cresswell gets a big block. And Paqueta can't quite get the control. It's going to be out for another corner. As I watch live on Peacock, he said. Ward-Prowse is going to take the corner on the right-hand side. Played in. He got ahead of... Oh, flipping heck, and Fabianski manages to pour it away. The Southampton player got ahead of Scamacca to get his head onto it. It wasn't strong. It was sort of bouncing really high up in the air, just sort of floating towards the goalkeeper. And thankfully, Fabianski jumps up and just sort of knocks it away. But there was a moment there where it was very scary. And Southampton recollect the ball in the sort of defensive area with West Ham not really committing to the attack too much and can try and get forward again. This time down the left-hand side, it's with Perot. Adam Armstrong was going for the underlap there. He doesn't pick him up. Southampton forced all the way back. Again, I'd be interested. The other thing, Geo was mentioning it, how the midfield two will work for them today, for Southampton. Obviously, you have James Ward-Prowse and you have Ainsley Maitland-Niles in that sort of double pivot position in a 4-4-2. But as Gio was saying, Lavia, who was playing there before, Man City Youth Academy guy, was allowing James Ward-Prowse to get a bit more forward. I don't know if Ainsley Maitland-Niles is going to be that guy, but we pick up the ball, find Scamacca instantaneously, who's looking for a way to get the ball forward and to keep play going. Paqueta ends up playing the ball into the box. Bowen was trying to get on the end of it. Can't quite. Neither can SOUWHU, who's now charging back, trying to keep up with Armstrong. It's never going to happen. Oh, that's a nice ball from Che Adams, to be fair. Armstrong finds him in the centre of the park. Turns around, first time hit across to the right-hand side. Whipped into the box, or floated in. Armstrong can't quite get on the end of it. SOUWHU. And Souček gets control of the ball. Runs it to the corner flag and... succeeds to throw him. We'll take that. All commentary in other languages is very stressful to me because they just have more energy than our commentators, it feels like. They come out of it, just out of the gates, just like, blah, 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 and I don't have that. Our commentators don't have that energy. And that's why I quite like, when I'm watching other games, when I'm watching games around, I love watching like European football because like Spanish commentators, German commentators, they just all seem to have a bit more panache to them than ours do. You know? We, on the other hand, just not there. They've fixed the corner flag. You'll love to see it. I'm going to disappear for just a split second. I'll be back in a sec. There we go. It's just something was going wrong on my computer. I just had to reset something. There we go. We should be fine. Throw-in opportunity for Southampton. Down the left-hand side. SOUWHU to take it. It's a bit of an awkward one, but it almost lands awkwardly in the box for someone. But Scamacca with just a big boot away, headed back towards goal and nodded away from Thomas Souček. It was an awkward long throw. It looks like it almost slipped out of his hands, but thankfully, West Ham kept in hand of it. But I tell you what, so far we've been really, really restricted to just big long boots out of there, just sort of clearances, no real thinking about it. And we've got a bit of a problem with Scamacca in the same way we usually have with Antonio, because they're both good in the air, because they're David Moyes style strikers, they're bound to be good in the air, that they both get involved in defensive corners. And so we end up just sort of hoofing it up the pitch in a sort of just a panicky get it out kind of way, and it just lands straight back to their centre backs because there's literally no one forward from a corner. It sucks. It's not good. They're picking up possession super easy. We're passing it back to them. We're really deep right now. The back five, the two wing backs are very deep. We're just punting it clear, and it's just landing at their centre back's feet, and they're able to recycle possession over and over again. And it's not going well. It's not going well. It's not trolley. It's not trolley. I can't confirm. It's a good question. It's very rare I have a barbecue. Madman, am I allowed to talk? Is it barbecue in all forms are we talking? Or are we talking your sort of traditional British summertime barbecue out the back in the garden, round your mate's house, grill on, all that kind of stuff? Is that what we're talking? Or are we talking about barbecue as an entire genre? Need a bit of that. Need a bit of that. Both. Brew's damn good. Bowl HDU. I don't know. I mean, I'll try it if that was a thing that was offered to me, but mad. Barbecue flavour. Do you know what? Barbecue flavour, Chris. Barbecue beef flavoured hula hoops specifically are paying. Southampton waste a decent opportunity there. It's going to be a goal kick to West Ham. Barbecue flavoured hula hoops, very good. But both, if you're talking your traditional British summertime barbecue, it's got to be a classic. It's got to be a classic burger for me. You know what I mean? A classic burger. I can't lie. You get your burger, you get your onion, stuff like that. I wouldn't usually have a cheeseburger, potentially get a bit of American style cheese on the top of that. I'm having a grand old time. Mainly because I'm not doing the cooking, so I actually trust it. Whereas I would not trust it if I was doing the cooking. If you're talking barbecue as an entire genre, it's Japanese barbecue, specifically beef tongue. Oh, unreal. Alan is saying Korean barbecue for me or Chinese style shaku. Listen, Shao. Listen, there's a Korean barbecue place somewhere in South London that my girlfriend has found out about. That's like an all-you-can-eat buffet type place that has good reviews. And we're planning to go there. We were going to go there this weekend, but ended up going to Camden and have pizza instead. But we're planning on going there in the next month and a half. I'm very excited. I've never had barbecue. I've never had Korean barbecue before, but the whole thing sounds like a good time for me. What about you, Madman? What's your favourite part of the barbecue? Also, just having fun with your mates in a garden, do you know what I mean? Middle of summer, it's a nice time. That's a good ball over the top for Adams, who's fighting with Aaron Cresswell for it. And he beats him, hits it. It was Carey he's fighting for, not Aaron Cresswell. He hits it. It's a good save from Fabianski. He gets played through, and that is the danger. Although we always have the sort of numbers game on them, if you can get in behind, you're in behind, and it's a scary moment for us. And Che Adams did exactly that. The ball came through to him. Paqueta trying a backheel pass. I respect it. He had literally no other options. And Southampton maintained possession of the ball, but the ball in behind was really nice, and Che Adams battling for it does really well against Kera, who keeps up with him well enough, but they're just battling each other, and he's holding him off. He hits it, and thankfully it was a tight position, to be fair, but he does end up hitting it almost directly at Fabianski. Oh, that's poor from Southampton. Declan Rice intercepts, and Skamak hits it from range. Oh my lord. I don't know how close that was, but there was a moment where I thought we might have just seen goal of the season there. A bit of really awkward passing from Southampton, and one touch from Rice straight into the path of Skamaka, who from about 30 yards away, does it hit the bar post? I don't think it does, but it was flipping close. Some awkward passing from Southampton lays it just to the path of Declan Rice, who on the interception first time passes it to it's a good save from Fabianski in the end for that other one. They're just seeing the reactions there, just seeing the replay of it. Good foot. But yeah, he just lays it off to Skamaka, who takes the ball past one Southampton defender, and then from about 30 yards unleashes an absolute thunderbolt, hurtling towards the top corner. Just doesn't quite have enough curve to dip back in. Flipping close though. Jesus Christ. Oh, train Eurostar. Straight up. Never been on a boat like that. I've only been on a boat once in my life, but it wasn't moving. And I get travel sick, so that'd be scary. Fly, I probably would for convenience sake, but train get to see the sights. You know, I love it. I love a Eurostar. When I went to Paris when I was a kid, it was Eurostar. Bro, it was so flipping close. Yeah. Just looking at Che Adams' opportunity again. It was good. Oh, awkward. Perot hits it, bounces. It's 1-0 Southampton. It comes back from the replay, and Southampton were in the midst of an opportunity. Every single West Ham player is complaining to the referee right now. It will end up going to VAR. Obviously, all of these things end up going to VAR anyway, but flipping heck. It was just awkward. Something happened with Bowen. Perot collected the ball from Bowen. I'm waiting for the replay to come. But Perot has the ball next to Bowen. Bowen turns around to look at the referee to point as if to go, what the hell? This is bollocks. I don't know. We're looking at a replay now. Okay, let's see what happens. They're saying it's an illegal throw. The ball from Che Adams in towards the box. Soucek hooks it clear. Bowen complains to the referee. A second, Perot gets the ball. We're looking at the replay again. It's Kyle Walker's with the throw. That's what they're saying. It was a foul throw. Yeah, he was inside. Yeah. No, it's going to get chalked off. There's no way that stands. His foot is literally in play. And it was a massive deflection. Perot hits it. It's a big deflection off Ben Johnson and into the net. It should get chalked off. It just should get chalked off. And then Bowen complains about maybe something else with Perot. I'm not sure what. Oh, okay. Well, play. Okay, well, they've scored, and apparently it counts because kickoffs happened. Well then, okay. I mean, look, we had the benefit of the doubt with the Antonio one last week, I guess. So we can't really complain too much about it. But interesting decision from the officials there. Kyle Walker's Peter. So if you aren't watching, Kyle Walker Peter throws the ball in, right, and his foot is in play. It's over the line. Whereas as he throws the ball, his foot is 1000% in play. This isn't VAR. Oh, you have to go in and you have to put the lines on like it's an offside. No. You can see from every camera angle, his foot is directly over the line, right? And for some reason, there's something on my foot now. I don't know what that was. For some reason, that counts. It comes straight from there, I guess. I mean, unless you're talking about the second phase thing again. I don't know. Oh, this is a good opportunity at the other end. Soufal collects the ball on the right-hand side, puts it back across looking for Bowen. It's hooked away. Unless you're saying it's a second phase thing. So the Rico Antonio one, the reason why that didn't get called up, even though he very clearly touches it with his hand, is his initial shot. This is the reasoning for me. If the initial shot is saved by Leno for Fulham, we say saved. Antonio just passed it to Leno basically. And that created a second phase of play in which Antonio re-picks the ball up and then slots it in, which is why VAR doesn't pull back, even though it's very clearly a handball. My imagining what happened with this is when the throw-in happens, Kyle Walker's Peter's foot goes directly over the line, the throw. It gets played across by Che Adams, sort of hooks it behind his head to click it into, just hit it in towards the area, and Soucek sort of semi-clears it. He gets a connection on it to kick it away. In my head, potentially, that creates a second phase of play, which then Perot picks up the ball from Bowen, who has the ball, or should have the ball, and shoots and scores. So it's second phase, so VAR can't call it. I assume is the reasoning there, but that's kind of insane. Skamaka hits it from range. Oh, so close again. Skamaka is knocking on the door by himself almost, it feels like. An opportunity there falls to him. Declan Rice lays it to Paqueta. The ball through, looking for Emerson, doesn't quite find it, but then a little bit of play between Bowen and Skamaka. A little bit of awkwardness from Southampton, and Skamaka takes one touch to steady himself, takes a second one, just to try and bend it into that bottom corner, and it's close. He's getting closer and closer. We saw in the last game, he took sort of 2 or 3 attempts, which were close, before finally unleashing the beast and getting the goal. We might be on the same sort of trajectory today, but flipping heck, it's all kicking off in this one. Like I say, we got the benefit of the doubt when Antonio won. It didn't really make a difference to us because we'd already won 2-1 by that point. This one's a bit more hurtful because again, it's 0-0 in the beginning of the game, but yeah, frustrating. I know, it's fun, isn't it, Suburban? It's fun just having a striker. It's fun just having a guy who can just do stuff. Should have scored, maybe. I don't know if he should have scored, but got to hit the target potentially. He takes it quickly, and that's the reason he catches the goalkeeper off. And yeah, but yeah. Steve only has to be part of the foot on the line. Yeah, he's definitely over it. He's definitely over it, Steve. It's 1000% a foul throw, but I think that's why it doesn't get called, because it's second phase. However, Steve, good to see you. I haven't spoken to you in ages. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're good. I just haven't spoken to you in ages. Thought I saw your name pop up. I was like, it's Steve. Hope you're well. Anyway, the point is, that's why I think it's count. Who knows? He's a breath of fresh air. He really is. He really is. Kara plays out wide to Emerson. Tries to find Paqueta, who's being very mobile, going from left to right today, which is nice to see. Not that I can at the moment because, you know, my television network is getting a bit funky. Hits from range from Paqueta that time over the bar. It's been a problem. The first while was a problem. I'm looking at it, and Kyle Walker Peters, the whole front part, his heel is on the line. Everything else is over it. Like I say, I think it's just... personally, I think it's one of those things where... you know, it just is what it is. It's what it is. We'll find out later on. There'll be I'm sure there'll be interviews about it, and they'll speak about it endlessly on Match of the Day and everything else. It just happens, you know. Back at the game in hand, Southampton have possession of the ball, and again, it's just not the one. We're playing the European system. So if you're wondering about the formation, we are playing the European system we have been playing. So you're talking the 3/5 at the back with the double pivot, and then Paqueta just ahead of them, and then Bowen and Skamaka as a kind of front two style thing. They then separate outwards. Paqueta moves forward into the sort of striking position in a kind of vaguely false 9 maneuver. I wouldn't quite call it that. It's kind of vaguely that. I wouldn't go that far. But that's the way we're playing. Basically, the system we have been playing in Europe. Bowen, a little bit of an awkward control, but he keeps possession of the ball, so I can't complain too much. He had SOUWHU on the overlap and decides to go backwards instead. Rice into SOUWHU, whose first touch takes it backwards. You love to see it, and we're forced all the way back to Kara. Seems. Walker Peters, who picks up the ball off an awkward Paqueta pass. Paqueta is furious that we haven't got a throw in there, and I can't quite see how we haven't, but yeah. That's the other reason we need flipping Dawson today. Che Adams, he's safe. This was the moment everyone fell in love with Craig Dawson, and we can't even celebrate it. Fuming. Walker Peters' throw was utterly awful. The West Ham away end, the chanting foul throw. That was one of the worst throws you're ever going to see, by the way. That was worse than ours. He literally just threw it to Rice, who wasn't even close to a Southampton player. They win it back instantaneously because we're being stupid, but Walker Peters short. The defender, who was all the way up the other end of the pitch, tried to whip it in. It wasn't a bad pass, but no one gets on the end of it. Thank you very much. We'll be taking that. Emerson and Paqueta just run Kyle Walker-Peters off. Kyle Walker-Peters looked completely rattled, by the way. When he's going to take a throw in there, the West Ham fans were all chanting foul throw, foul throw, and just was just the worst throw-in you're going to see in a while. And there again, he picks up the ball and then was just instantly pressured by two West Ham players who he just crumbled underneath it and just ends up walking basically off the pitch. Something to keep an eye on as Ben Johnson has the ball. He's very fired up, to be fair. Jet lagged? Maybe. I mean, I just don't think we're playing very well. Maybe. I doubt it heavily, Chris. I can't lie to you. I doubt it heavily. Morris be gone soon. I don't think so. Now Cresswell doing the same thing as Kyle Walker-Peters. Straight out for a Southampton, though. Gavdog. Let me get that for you 1 second, my friend. There you go. Fabianski, SOUWHU, Johnson, Kehrer, Cresswell, Emerson in the back five. Rice and Souček just ahead of him. You have Paqueta just behind the front two of Bowen and Skamaka. Kyle Walker-Peters' throw again doesn't really go well, but it manages to work out in the end for Southampton, who hits it. That's a good save. A second good save from Che Adams' shot for Fabianski now. That's a second good save. That one was better than the first. The first, he has to stick his foot out. And actually, to be fair, I didn't give it as much credit as I should have at the time when I saw it. Oh, nicely done from Skamaka. Paqueta out to Souček quickly down this right-hand side now. SOUWHU getting forward. It's a big game for SOUWHU today. Pardon me. Big game for SOUWHU today. Lays it short to Jarrod Bowen. It's an awkward pass, but he manages to reach him in the end. But that's a second really good save from Fabianski off of a Che Adams shot, who's getting way too much time, space in the area to take shots like that. Way too much. I mean, to be fair, first one, Kehrer was literally battling with him and did everything he could, barring taking him down. Ooh. Emerson gets clattered there in the mids and he looks like he goes down in pain. We're seeing a replay of this shot again. Kehrer's header back across goal was what ends up happening. Kehrer's having an absolute nightmare as well today, by the way. He just tries to sort of nod it away into anywhere, and it just allows Southampton to instantly collect the ball. It wasn't anywhere near anyone, and then it allows the complete gap and space for Che Adams to just walk into. Ball comes into him from Southampton, who take one or two touch passes, bang, he gets a shot off. Good save from Fabianski, but yeah, that's the way I describe it. By the way, Steve, if you're still here, I saw you said you just come back from the USA. Hope you had a lovely time over there, my friend. Hope you had a lovely time over there. Sorry, I just got excited because I saw your name and I haven't spoken to you in ages. I was like, Steve! Sorry, I apologise. Last 10 minutes, we've had 78% possession of the ball, which sort of shows you how it's going. Southampton are going ultra counter, which is not a bad thing. Paqueta just muscled off the ball there. From Bella Kotchap, pulled down from Paqueta. Lucky Bella Kotchap looks very good player. Agile for a big centre back. I've never really seen him before, to be honest. Sorry, over here, yes. Over here. Apologies, yes. I've never really seen him before, to be honest. I don't really know much about him. Apart from his name that I like. But I don't really know much about him. But he looks alright today. Gets forward well. He's relatively quick. Big guy. A lot to like. West Ham forced back to Fabianski. Yeah, the formation's not really working for us. Team's not really working for us. I mean, I don't know if you give up on the formation instantaneously. It works really well in Europe on Thursday, but realistically, it's just not. It's a foul by Armstrong on SOUWHU. We're going to get a free kick in a very, very far away position. It's basically just an opportunity to start moving the ball. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's just the formation. It worked so well in Europe. And I think part of that was having sort of hypermobility around, in and around it. And I don't think we have that right now. That's not a diss on Scamacca necessarily, but that's sort of, to be fair, he does everything, Ben. I don't know. It's just not working today. The wing backs are nowhere near here. Now if Scamacca picks it up in a good position out wide. He picked it up in a decent position out wide, given the formation, and tries to play it in, but can't quite. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know if it's the formation. I don't necessarily want to jump on that and go and say the formation is the issue, because I don't think it necessarily is. We've just not shown up. The commentator saying we've only scored 2 away goals in the Premier League season, bro. Read out all of our goals and you'll see what the issue is. It's not necessarily away goals. Whipped in from Aaron Cresswell awfully. Declan Rice can't get his head on the front of it. It's just a waste if we're being honest. Cresswell re-picks out on the ball on the left-hand side. There's a better cross deflected and we'll take another corner. This time, just put it in the box. Just put it in the box. Just put it in the box. It worked. Like I say, it worked in Europe. We were really good in Europe. But today was just not happening. Today it's just not happening. What can you do? What can you do? I don't even know how to fix it apart from just changing formations, which I think is probably what I would do. It's going to be a corner. Cresswell's going to take it again. I don't know why the likes of Soucek and that are getting prepared to make a run, because we're just going to aim at the front post again probably. Although Soucek looks like he's getting ready to make a darting run to either the front or back post. Nowhere, but Bowen gets it on the end, hits it. Scamacca turns, hits it. Scamacca again. Oh. Corner again for West Ham. Scamacca comes close. The initial cross goes sort of nowhere. It was looking towards Scamacca. It's headed away from James Ward-Prowse. Bowen collects it in the D, hits it initially. It deflects down to Scamacca, who stabs it out. He stabs at it first time. Can't quite get there. Second time does actually hit it. Goes through, deflects off a Southampton player, and it goes out for a corner. Another corner. That was significantly better. Kera couldn't quite get his head directional towards it, but from this camera angle, it looked flipping close. And Cresswell just clears it away as it comes to the halfway line, and we once again give away possession of the ball. Ooh. Stripe, I can say that I am watching it definitely on Peacock in the United States, but if I wasn't, that's the sponsorship one. If I wasn't, I would have maybe found it here. Who knows? SOUWHU picks up the ball. Rice clips it across to Emerson. It's not a bad cross. A bit close to the goalkeeper, but not a bad cross from early. Trying to get it into that sort of area. Bazunu does well. Bazunu or Banuzu? Which way around is it? I've said it both ways now. I'm confused. It's Bazunu. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It picks it up. We got a change formations is obvious as it seems to me. 4-2-3-1. You don't even have to change personnel necessarily, just 4-2-3-1. You can put Emerson at left wing if you really want. That's not a bad pass from Emerson to Scamacca. I tell you what, that's really good defending. It's played into the path of Paqueta, who gets his head onto it, off the post. Oh, it was so close. The ball from Emerson down the line to Scamacca was really nice. He picks up the ball. There's just a little bit of space. Scamacca makes a really nice diagonal run in behind the centre-backs. The defender who slide tackles in goes down hurting himself, but Scamacca plays a beautiful first-time ball across towards Paqueta, who gets his head onto it, and it's just the outside of the box. Just the outside of the post, sorry. Oh! It's close. Close. Good play from Scamacca to create the chance through there. So much potential. Yeah, that diagonal run was really nice in round the back. Emerson has the ball. Really nice ability from Emerson to pick him out as well. Really nicely weighted through ball down that left-hand side. Skamaka makes a diagonal run at that. Ball comes across. Really nicely done. And it's good defensive work from the Southampton defender who ends up going down injured, holding his ankle. I think he's probably going to get back up and be okay. I'm not sure. Although I will say there's a stretcher on the side of the pitch ready just in case. But he goes down holding something. I'm not sure exactly where the connection made. I think he's holding his arm, or so it's something in his upper body as opposed to his foot. I was looking at his feet to see if Skamaka stood on it by accident or something. I don't know. Maybe some commentators just said dislocation, so maybe he's dislocated his arm or his shoulder or something. He's sort of got his shirt up in a sort of as a sling type thing, his shirt rolled up, and we are seeing Kaleta, the Croatian centre back who we chased for what felt like the entire existence since Thames Ironwork days. He's going to come on against us. We finally get to see him in action. DCC himself. I've got many pictures of him saved on my hard drive for thumbnail usage. Many. And we get to see him now as he comes on for the Southampton centre back, the double-barreled name Kotchap. He's been playing well, to be fair, so you know. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was elbow or his shoulder or what, but it was definitely his arm, because he was in he had a little sling ting going on, and it's going to be 10 men briefly. Oh, Adam Armstrong finds a nice pass. Was looking for Che Adams, lays it off. Hit from Elanusi, and it's a good save from Fabianski again. Just low down save, solid goalkeeping. No stress on that one. Wasn't a bad shot from Elanusi at all. Drives it from range first time, but Fabianski does well just to get down. No stress on that one. Emerson doing well. Southampton's still down to 10 men. Would like if we took this opportunity right now. Kaleta still on the side. By the way, we've had 2 more shots than them. We've had 9. They've had 7. 6 of their 7 shots have been on target. We haven't had a single one yet, which probably shows the difference. We're just passing the ball around here, looking for space. Soucek, awkward pass, but it does land at Soufal's feet. He puts it in, headed away to Paqueta, who hits it. Mate, 10 shots not on target. It was a nice hit from range. It dropped nicely for him, and he strikes it solidly towards the goal, and it just ends up never sort of coming back down, always rising. It wasn't super far off. It was a nice opportunity, a nice attempt, but yeah, not great. Not great. Yet another attempt not on target. On comes Kaleta. They now have officially 11 men on the pitch. They now have officially 11 men on the pitch. This has been a frustrating half. How are we playing? Defensive? Yeah, we're playing exactly how one would expect with this system. You know? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. How does everyone else think we're playing? If you were to say it in sort of a couple of sentences or a sentence or something, how would you say we're playing? Let Gavdog know and sort of let me know, because I can't really describe it. It is defensive. It's not really attacking, but it's not ultra defensive. We're not parking the bus. We're doing what you'd expect of a 3/5 at the back. Emerson goes down spectacularly there, and it's going to be a yellow card for Kyle Walker-Peters, who again is very rattled. He's all over the shop. Emerson collects the ball and he looks to try and pass it forward, and it's just a bad tackle from Kyle Walker-Peters. He just flies in with his slide tackle and just completely misses the ball. Not dangerous, just dumb. Disjointed. Poor. We're playing okay for what we have in our disposal. Unimaginative, one word, wasteful, Moyes ball. Yeah, just sort of... I don't know. INX says we're doing well, be patient. there's certainly something there. We're getting enough shots away. A lot of them are coming from range, but they're coming from range. That's finally a good tackle from Kero, who I don't think has played very well today. But that's a nice one. That battle between him and Che Adams. Adams has had him completely on toast for most of the game there, but Adams goes flying forward that time, and Kero just beautifully timed challenge. Yeah, I don't know. It's just there's something there. There is certainly something there. We've had double figure amount of shots. Not a single one have been on target. But we've had double figure shots. And West Ham fans have stopped going on about Carl Walker-Peters about the throwing, which is a mistake. I probably would have carried on because he looks doesn't look super happy about it. So there's something there. A lot of them are coming from range, but they're coming from range from people we know are good at taking shots from range, Paqueta and Scamacca specifically. And I feel like the more they take, eventually they are just going to score. They're sort of knocking on the door right now. I think Scamacca is within touching distance of getting a goal, but ultimately, yeah, that's probably a good way of putting it, Gaff Dogs, to be fair. There's just no oomph. You know, we're not really playing, it's unimaginative, as someone else said. There's no real invention there. We're sort of doing what we're doing without really breaking the mold. That's a really nice idea from Declan Rice, and Emerson's going to get on the end of it. A really nice diag from Rice. Big crossfield ball. Finds Emerson, who lays it short to Paqueta, who plays it in towards Scamacca, and Bazunu comes flying out and gets his punch on it. We can't, unfortunately, make the most of it, but a nice opportunity. And again, we collect the ball basically on the halfway line with our centre-backs. Ben Johnson plays it forward. We're now, the opposite is what's happening now. A lot of the game, it's been, a lot of the early stages of the game especially, Southampton were in control. They were piling on the pressure. We would just clear it away. They'd pick up the ball again. Same thing's happening with us now, where they are just clearing it, and we are picking up the ball consistently further, higher and higher up the pitch. Let's make this count now. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage time. We've got 2 and a bit to go. Ben Johnson on the ball down the right-hand side, looking to try and get forward. Jared Bowen, who's been pretty anonymous today. Just not really involved in the game too much. Lays it short. Paqueta back to Kera. Emerson to Cresswell, who's on the overlap. Into Scamacca, who can't quite get a turn and control. He lays it short to Cresswell, plays it in. Soucek was there. It wasn't a bad idea. The idea wasn't bad from us there. It was a bit concerning when I saw Scamacca laying it short to Cresswell. But as he crosses it in, Soucek was standing in there. It can't quite happen. Okay, we just need to make the most of this opportunity. Rice out to Paqueta. That's a nice opportunity. SOUWHU, bad pass for Bowen, who's clumsy, and now Southampton have the opportunity to take the ball away. SOUWHU makes a foul. It's going to be a free kick basically inside their own area for Southampton. That's a waste of an opportunity. Loads of players in really good positions there. We need to get better at giving people options. SOUWHU's pass to Bowen there was bad, but there just wasn't a good enough option for him to pass to. Secondary, the tackle on Maitland-Niles is just whatever. It just is what it is. But yeah, we've got to be better at giving people options there. There were enough of us forwards to where we should have been able to slowly, nicely pass the ball about and do what we want with it and sort of really put them under some pressure. That was just a bit wank, wasn't it? That was just a bit wank. .30 seconds left to play. Down the line from Cresswell. Finds Emerson nicely. Plays it into the path for Scamacca. Nice. Bit of close control from him. Keeps possession of the ball. Got to release it at some point. Doesn't. Southampton win it back. Click it. It's what it is. It's not on in UK television, unfortunately, Matteo. I am watching it on Peacock in the United States, where I definitely am. But it is not on in the United Kingdom. There is the halftime whistle. Halftime whistle. Southampton 1. West Ham United 0. Not gonna lie. Bit dead from us. Lots of shots from us, but nothing really super impactful. It's just not happening for us, really. It's just not happening for us. I can't really lie about it. We have taken 10 shots. Not a single one of them have been on target. Southampton have taken 8 shots and 7 of them have been on target, which shows you just how effective they have been going forward in that sense. They've not really had possession. They've had 33% possession, for example, but they've found the people in good enough spaces to get the shots away and test Fabianski, who's done well. He's stood up well to them. I'm not going to act like Fabianski's played poorly or anything like that. Actually, I think he's done quite well. But it's just frustrating when you're sitting there and you're watching it and you're thinking, okay, that's sort of where we're at again. But maybe I'm wrong. Geo, how are you, sir? What's your sort of vibe?
We're looking okay going forward. We're creating the chances, creating half chances, need to do a bit better. But defensively, we look like an absolute shambles. They look like they're going to score every time they come forward. They're not even doing anything good. We're just crap.
Yeah, Che Adams has had Kera's number
today.
I think that one. There's that one tackle right at the end where it goes out for a throw, and where I was like, okay, that's good. But apart from that, he's been all over him.
Yeah, Kera can't cope. He's getting absolutely bullied. He's getting exposed in there, really. We're wondering why he was only 14 million or whatever, and why other clubs were interested. You might be getting a little insight today because he's getting absolutely battered by Che Adams out there.
He is also next to two fullbacks, which isn't an excuse for the one-on-ones.
I'm not having that, Charlie, because it's the one-on-one battles he's losing. It's not like it's 2v1 or Crespo's out of position. It's one-on-one with Che Adams. Che Adams is winning 90% of things against him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I was talking about it there. I actually genuinely, I think just change the formation. That's the only way, because I think I look at the individuals and I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? Because like you say, I think going forward, there's signs of it. I mean, they're not few and far between. They're happening relatively frequently, but they're far away from the goal. But there's at least something happening there. But defensively, there's nothing we can really do. I mean, maybe you bring on Ogbonna, I guess. You bring on Ogbonna, you change to you could change to 4, you bring on Ogbonna somehow, and figure it out from there. But I feel like the answer is maybe just changing to a 4-2-3-1. And you don't even have to change personnel at that point. You can keep, because Emerson's doing a really good job going forward. I think Emerson's actually going forward is doing really well. So you can even just keep him out wide on this left-hand side in a 4-2-3-1. We've seen him do it before for us, and just change that way we're sort of going forward and trying to get shots in a better position, because they're clearly there to be had. We're taking them. It's just we're taking them from range. Let's get the players like Skamaka and Paqueta in slightly more advantageous positions with the ball, I guess. But I don't really know if. What do you think? I don't really know if that's how we can do it.
I wouldn't take Ogbonna on. I think in the second half, the space they're going to have in front of our defence and behind our defence is only going to increase as we push for the equaliser. And you're then asking Ogbonna to sprint against one of their strikers and he'll lose. I think you'd be exposing Ogbonna then. I wouldn't take him on, but I agree something's got to change. I'm not even 100% convinced as to what it is. There's probably 3 or 4 different options available for Moyes right now. Does he put Declan Rice at the centre back with Kera to have a strong centre back partnership, and then you do something in midfield and up front and switch to back 4? I don't know. Do you play Johnson and Kera centre back and switch to a back 4? But then you're taking a bit of a risk there. They're struggling with 3 of them there. 2 of them is going to struggle even further, you think. But we've got to get at least, we need at least 2 goals in the second half. But doing that without conceding is going to be a challenge, because it's as likely as we look like we're going to, we're going to score, as likely as Skamaka looks like he's going to score.
Yeah,
they look like they're going to get another one as well, and that's the problem. But I don't think we can focus on how to keep it to 1 goal conceded. We can't do that, because
not against Southampton.
We need goals here. We need to get goals plural in the second half. And there's a few players playing okay, a few players playing poorly. It's going to be a difficult one. And this is, I think he's got the formation wrong from the start. I wasn't keen on the formation in the lineup when I saw it. And I have to say, I think he's got it wrong in the first half as well so far. But he's got to rectify it now. He's got 5 substitutions to hand. Let's get players on, get 1 or 2 on now and really go for it. Southampton are going to struggle to contain us. They are already struggling. They've just lost Chap, which is, unfortunate for them. But it's a bit of luck that we need, because they've got a massive slice of luck with their goal twice. We need a bit of luck on our side now. We've got one with their centre-back going off. Chaletta Carr coming on. The right-back's on a booking. Well, let's get at him. Let's get a Walker Peters in the second half. Then he can't tackle you. So there's opportunity there. We can still win this game, but right now, am I confident we'll win it? No, but that's because I don't have confidence in Moyes making the right substitutions.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Before I go, I'll let you all know we've flew past the 300 figure. Like I said, we're at 372 likes. So if you haven't already hit that like button, I'm telling you, we're on for 500 today, Gio. I'm feeling it in my bones. And while you're down there, why not subscribe? Only West Ham channel to watch along every single match last season. I'm going to keep saying it, Gio, until we miss one. Which will probably happen at some point. But until then, I'm going to keep bloody saying it because we did it, all right? So only West Ham channel, so if you haven't already, subscribe, bell notification, all that. Gio, I shall see you in a moment, my friend.
Cheers. Right, let's see what you're all saying in the live chat. Leo says that Bowen's touch has been poor and needs to be more on his toes. Johnny would like to see Rice come in at centre-back. Downs on for Soucek. Antonio on for Bowen. Ben Rama on for Emerson. A lot of substitutes, but I don't blame you. We need to do something. Nicola would like to see Antonio on for SOUWHU and switch her back four. I'm half tempted by that one, but it just means probably Creswell playing centre back unless you're going to start shuffling more things around, which I wouldn't like. Nathan says Fabianski's a liability, so what aiming the balls at his feet. Made a couple of big saves. That's what I will say. I'll say Fabianski's having a good game. Jake, why did their goal stand? Well, as much as it's frustrating, his heel is on the line, which counts. So therefore, the goal, the throw-in's not illegal because his heel is on the line. Is his foot more over the line than on it? Yes, it is, but a bit of it. The rules are a part of each foot have to be on the line or behind the line. Both of his feet were either on the line or behind. Part of it was anyway. As for blocking Jared Bowen, it's just unfortunate. Unfortunate. It's flipping frustrating. But the referee's part of the game. It just, you don't stop. It's a bit like when the ball used to hit the referee. It used to be, okay, so we'll get on with it. He's part of the pitch. In a way, it's a bit like when the ball hits the corner flag. Nothing you do. Carry on. I'd have liked to see Bowen push him over, in all honesty. If I was Bowen, I would have liked to see Bowen just throw the referee and say, get out of the way, cause a bit of drama, but he didn't. So, yeah, I can see why the goal stood. It's just two, like I said, two elements of luck on Southampton's side, two bits of bad luck for us, if you like. The deflection as well. 3 elements of luck for Southampton there. Alan Woody says only West Ham could face a side who can't score and can't keep a clean sheet and move 1-0 down at half time. Wish says I don't think Emerson is very good. SOUWHU's too slow, and Soucek looks like he's playing with stilts with how bad his control and technique is. Johnny says sadly, no matter what we are all saying, he won't do any of them because he knows best. The Messiah at his best. Suburban says blame Bowen for the goal, not the decision. Joshua says not a foul throw. Correct, Joshua. Jake says Fabianski saved us from playing go down. Yeah, I think Fabianski's playing good. I honestly think Fabianski's playing well. Lackey says that Scamacca long shot had him feeling some kind of way when he left his foot. Honestly, that effort. Do you know something? He's so good, Scamacca. That long shot, that 2 snapshots in the box. The first one was blocked, second one was deflected over the bar. Oh, he's scoring. If Scamacca plays for 90 minutes, he scores. Major says we need goals, not 2 holding midfielders. Soucek for Antonio and get 2 up front. Ivan says Creswell and Johnson can do a job at centre-back, but not simultaneously. I like a proper centre-back pairing, even if it means putting Declan in there. Ismar says, why is everyone so down? We're doing great for what we have. Love having Rice at centre-back and adding Antonio to give them problems. Hamster says, Wolves improve in the second half. Right, let's see what you're all saying. LeBron says we need to stop moaning and be a bit more positive. I think we've been a better team. It's only a matter of time before we get a couple of goals. I think both teams are playing poorly. I think Southampton are playing poorly. We are playing poorly. They're 1-0 up. That's just summarize it. That's how I feel. Leo's saying, what are your thoughts to change the game? I don't know. I would take SOUWHU off, I think. He's the one player I'm looking at, and I don't feel he has loads to offer in the second half. I think I'd probably take SOUWHU off and look to put Downs on. I'm thinking out loud, work with me. SOUWHU off, Downs on into midfield, Rice into the back. So then my back 4, Creswell, Rice, Kerr, Johnson. My midfield, Soucek and Downs. And I'd probably take Emerson off and put Ben Rama on. So then I've got Ben Rama, Paqueta, Bowen, Skamaka. There you go. That's my substitutes. Downs for SOUWHU and Emerson for Saeed Ben Rama. And I go 4-2-3-1. Get Ben Rama at Kyle Walker-Peters. Get him one-on-one with him, running at him. Right, let's see what we're all saying. Daniel says we're right there, but need to get Skamaka and Paqueta on the ball more centrally. It won't work unless we get someone like Ben Rama or Antonio on to get us closer to them and take it to the line. Ionic says they stop the ball if it brushes the ref. It's not a goal. Yeah, but the ball didn't touch the referee. The ball didn't touch the ref. Why would he stop it? It hasn't touched the referee. Is the referee's positioning poor? Yes. Is the referee in the way? Yes. But he's part of the pitch. It's just one of them things. Honestly, I'm more annoyed that Jared Bowen hasn't just thumped the referee in the back and shoved him to the ground a little bit and say, "Sorry, mate, you're in the way. I knocked you over." Anyway. MW says Don Luca and Paqueta have been unlucky at a couple of chances. We're creating chances. Keep as it is until the hour mark, then unleash Antonio. Lewis says Skamaka is a beautiful footballer, isn't he? Any doubts about him have been put to bed. He's better than I ever imagined he could be. His shoot technique, he is bloody good. Artel says Kerr needs to improve his concentration. Aran says Moyes has shown he's willing to make a big change and do so early. I have every faith in Moyes. Tom's asking what channel. We don't have. It's not on the telly. We are all listening to on the video. we're all on radio commentary. It's the only way you can keep up to date and reading live updates on the official West Ham website. And no, we've not been playing good. We've been playing okay in the final third, creating some bits, but defensively, it's Halloween's a couple of weeks away, but our defense is scary. I might use that in the review, actually. Let me write that down. I'm going to use that. Gonzo won't know about this, you see. Halloween defense scary. There we go. I've got my joke for the review. Right. Let's see what we're all saying. I'm trying to scroll as fast as I can, but not miss too many people. Slim Face says Skamaka's shown signs of being the best striker we've seen in a decade. I mean, it's not difficult, is it? There's not much competition. It's our best number 9 since Dean Ashton. That's how far back we've got to go for our last really good striker. There's not much. I think Golden Sullivan has signed 50-something strikers now. Name 5 that have been good. William says Johnson's a worse right back than SOUWHU. Makes no sense. Well, I completely disagree. It's about opinions again, I guess. But sorry, William, completely disagree with you. I think SOUWHU is by far the worst right back out of the pair of them. Dylan would like to see SOUWHU to be removed as well. Get Downs on as well. And while you're all here, I don't know who Tom Jenkins is, but he's trying to get 100 subscribers. 100 of you could go subscribe. Depends what the content is. I should really done a little bit of due diligence first.
We should probably check that before we say anything. But we'll say, okay. Hammers Chat do not endorse the fact that maybe you should go and subscribe to them. Who knows?
It's nice to be nice sometimes. This is me. This is me, Jonathan. Skamaka is better than Dean Ashton, and he's a big Ashton fan. I'm a bit like that.
I could see the argument. I don't know if I'm ready to say it, but I could see the argument, certainly. But Geo, as the players come back out, have you got any last thoughts before you...
We can still win this, Charlie. We're unlucky not to have scored at least 2 in the first half, but we're also fortunate not to have conceded 3 in the first half. There's definitely goals in this game. I think both teams will score in the second half. Obviously, we just need to make sure that we score 2 more than they do in order to win the game. It's going to be difficult, but it's possible. A lot of emphasis on David Moyes here. I'll be honest with you, Charlie, right? I've been reading the live chat and people have been saying, let's get this player on, this player on. I will tell you for a fact, nobody, as well, maybe a couple, right? Not many has said, get Fornals on. And my biggest worry, first sub, I'm going to see Pablo Fornals ready to come on and my heart will sink. My heart will go, oh, come on. Ben Rama on the left wing up against a booked right back. Downs on to retain possession. Antonio on to try and get a goal. Understand that. this is where Moyes, jury's still out with Moyes for a lot of people. Well, this game, so far, he's ballsed it up, but this is where he has to really sort of do something in the second half, which makes fans say, all right, well done, Gaffer. Well done, you've got that right. Because so far, he's got it wrong. So, yeah, I'm gonna say it finishes a draw, by the way.
Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. Well, if you want to see Geo speak about it at full time, then make sure to come back then when we will have our live match review. But the second half has just kicked off, ladies and gentlemen. It's Southampton 1, West Ham United 0 at St. Mary's. If you're here, thank you very much for coming. We'll be, of course, be live throughout the rest of the half until full time, when Geo will be back at full time with Gonzo to discuss the game in full. I've just said the word full 3 times in a single sentence there. You love to see it. However, West Ham on the attack, played into the box, looking for Skamaka over the top of everyone else. So subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on any of the other videos we do as well, because we do a hell of a lot. We do videos every single day on this channel, plus all of the other stuff we do. We do a lot. We do a hell of a lot. And while you're there, why not like the video? We're at 473. We went up by 100 at halftime. I don't know what happened there, but we went up massively. And we could very easily, I say easily, we could be on for a 600. 500 is the initial goal. Let's see if we can get that 500 mark during the game. But we could get 400. We can get 600. Who knows? Dean, how are you, sir? I hope you're well. I hope you're good, my friends. Hope you're having a grand old time enjoying the football today. It's just stress, but still. Bells. I mean, potentially, if the people start calling for the bells, they are available. They are available. Ball over the top, looking for Paqueta in a good position. First touch is a bit heavy, but he almost gets the opportunity to go for a second, but it's a really nice tackle from SOUWHU, to be fair. Big searching ball over the top from Aaron Cresswell. And Paqueta does really well to stay on side. Takes it past the first person, and then SOUWHU just comes across and stops it. Like, listen. 500 is possible. Well, okay, we're at 496. Okay, we could do it. We could do it now. We could do it now. It's probably for the best, mate. I can't lie. Probably for the best. I mean, we'll see, but probably for the best. Southampton passing it around at the back. West Ham looking to try and press them. That's something we're going to have to do. I'm trying to figure out, has there been any sort of formational change at halftime? There's been no actual personnel changes. But have there been formational ones? I don't think they have. Thomas Soucek does really well with a nice tackle there to get it back off towards Ben Johnson, sorry. And then SOUWHU with a nice flick through to Jarrod Bowen. This is good stuff. Maybe a cross coming in towards Skamaka would be nice. Skamaka's there. Just over the top. Just over the top. Close. No, you're good. You're good. We did save the bells for this exact reason. That's fair. That is fair. We did do that. But also, no, we've flown past 500. We're at 517. We're at 5 century this early on in a second. Listen. If the people want it, get a bell in. We're getting some calls. We're starting to get calls now. Strong bell needed. I have a bell. Welcome Garth to the vibe. I'm watching on Peacock. We need the bell. Okay, right. I'm gonna put the poll in chat. There's been enough. Bell, yes or no, in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. It's on its way. We'll give it until 50. Get your votes in. Let me know how you feel. What are we saying? Bell, yes or no? Elanusi finds Adam Armstrong. Oof, looking for Che Adams. He was just tapping it forward there. He was just sort of giving himself the space to maybe run into it. Doesn't quite do it, and then pings in a nice cross, and the header from Che Adams can't happen. The second one looking for Che Adams again. Can't quite make it. Elanusi's going to loft this one again, looking towards Che Adams. Nodded away from Aaron Cresswell this time. Putting in just cross after cross right now, Southampton, trying to find their way into the box. They can't find their way into it on ground, on foot, so aerial bombardment is the message. So far, so good from us defending those, but we've not been able to get it anywhere near close to being away. And the through ball, it was a nice idea, looking for Kyle Walker-Peters, but it doesn't happen. Does not happen. 30 more seconds on the bell poll, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you for free right now, it looks like it's passing. So if you think it's too early to bell, you need to be getting those votes in quickly. We're at 200, but flipping it, we're at 524 likes. 524 likes. It always surprises me just how much they jump up. You know what I mean? It always just shocks me. And we are very good. It's a big jump up coming. Or a big jump up happens, sorry, as opposed to coming. SOUWHU going down that right hand side, plays a nice cross in early for Paqueta, hits it. Save from Bazunu. I apologize to the guy. I can't pronounce his name right now. Trying to line up a shot, couldn't find any space for Declan Rice to unleash one from the edge of the box. Aaron Cresswell with a nice pass into Skamaka, whose shot looks like it deflects for a corner, and it does. We'll take that. We'll take that. Do the maths, people. Do the maths. It was a nice ball in from early pass from SOUWHU, and Paqueta gets the control, spins round, left foot, half volley, smashes it towards goal, doesn't quite make it work. Corner comes in from the right hand side. Bazunu punches it away-ish. Ben Johnson with an awkward connection on it. Oh, SOUWHU goes. That's the equivalence of a play on. Elyounoussi into a good position. Good defending from Aaron Cresswell there. Played forward, comes flying down the left-hand side. Does well. Stops it, Aaron Cresswell, as the cross comes across. It's been way past the bell poll. The poll is ending now. We're saying yes. It's a 74% say yes. 74% say yes. 26% say no. We will be belling, ladies and gentlemen. I will be going and getting the bell for the first time in a moment, in a while. Adam Armstrong just flying forward. SOUWHU completely takes him out. And Elyounoussi flying through. He's got the pace on. Emerson does really well. Ben Johnson's about to get there, and the cross comes across, and it's good defending from Aaron Cresswell. Southampton tried to be cute with their set piece on the left hand side. Doesn't quite work. It's going to be a yellow card for SOUWHU. I'll run out and grab it in a second when Southampton aren't directly on top of us. So I might never go and get it again, depending on how the match goes. And then we will bell. Right, we've got a throw in. I need the bell. We need to bell, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a sec. Hang on. We have it. I hope they haven't scored. I'm going to walk through the light to be dramatic. Ooh. Wasn't as dramatic as I wanted it to be. I wanted a huge shadow. But my stomach, I tried to poke it out. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. Southampton coming forward. They haven't scored, thankfully. James Ward-Prowse. Kyle Walker-Peters. That's a nice ball over the top looking for Ward-Prowse, and Declan Rice can't stop him. It's going to be a corner. Declan Rice got his head onto the end of it, trying to stop it. It looked like James Ward-Prowse was going to find his way through there and be able to sort of pull back or something. Doesn't quite work out. He goes out for a corner. It's going to be a corner for James Ward-Prowse and Southampton. Oh, there we go. I'm not wasting any time today. It just needs to get in. Do you know what I mean? Just need to get the bell in. No messing. No messing whatsoever. Played in from the corner, headed away from Thomas Soucek. Che Adams does well there, but the pass is awful. And now Paqueta finds Declan Rice, who's looking for options. He finds it. It's Emerson after a hot minute. Rice back to Paqueta. It was a nice idea to try and find Bowen. Not quite on the same wavelength. It would have been spectacular if he managed it, but not quite there. The bell has been nommed. Fee, I'm telling you, mate, it's gone. Disappeared from existence. It's in the old digestive system. Now we vibe. Now we vibe. I drank so much bloody water. Okay, and relax. It's been said, Steve. Been said. By the way, lovely mug that I designed. One of the pieces of merch I designed that I'm genuinely proud of. I drew everything on this. And I'm not an artist or a drawer at all. Find it at hammerschatstore.com. Link in the description below. As well as this Beatles shirt and the Christmas shirt, which, by the way, your last chance to pre-order it if you want to get that £5 off before the price goes up. So if you want to get that off for Christmas, last chance to pre-order it would be well, I don't know if it's today, but it's very soon if it's not today, so get on it. Paqueta tries to play it through for Jared Bowen. Finds a bit of space on this right-hand side. One-on-one with SOUWHU. Ball's poor. Paqueta rolls onto it, tries to hit it. Deflects. SOUWHU looking once more into Paqueta, who gets his head onto it. Paqueta goes down holding something. Never a good thing to see. Never a good thing to see. Paqueta goes down holding something, battling for the header. Skamaka also went down in the midst of it, but he's back up and looking fine. But Paqueta is in some form of pain. I don't think the referee's too convinced by it. Bowen looks for a short pass. It's poor. Paqueta initially comes in, hits the shot. It's a good block. He stays in a nice central position. And as the ball's played in, he goes, battles up for it. And I think it's Colette Carr. Could have been potential teammates, just with a little push, a little head. Don't think it's going to be too major. I think, thankfully, Paqueta will get back up. Unless he fell dodgily on it. I think he will be a backup, but he's being checked by the physios right now. No subs as yet. Formation change exactly the same. My internet is crapping the bed right now, hamster. My internet is crapping the bed right now. Ben Rama seems to be about to come on. Ben Rama seems to be about to come on. I don't know who it'll be. Hopefully it's not for Paqueta. And hopefully it's not an injury. That would be awful. But it looks like Ben Rama is about to come on. Paqueta's still down and he's being checked by the physio. He's holding the sort of back of his head, neck area. I'm not sure what's wrong. He seems to be holding the back of his neck around... You can't see because I've got so much hair. Around this side, like here, as opposed to this side, around the back. And he's also doing this a lot. So I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what's going on. But I hope it's not for him. Because I would suspect that would be an injury more than anything else. Nolan talking through Saeed Ben Rama on his tactics. Another. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. The back bit of the net, yeah. Yes, the back bit of the net. I don't know if you know, but I am a qualified physiotherapist, as you can tell. I do it alongside my welding. You know? West Ham currently down to 10. As Southampton have a throw-in on the right-hand side. Walker Peters to take it. Doesn't do a run-up this time. Emerson just instantly on top of him, forces him all the way back. You'll love to see it. Paqueta's back on and he's running normally. So hopefully that's okay. I don't know what that means for Ben Rama's sub, who he's going to be coming on for. My gut says it might be Emerson. And go to a more classic 4-2-3-1. That seems to be the obvious thing here. That seems to be the obvious sub that would happen here. It's about to happen. So 33, there's 33. It is Emerson. Emerson comes off. Ben Rama comes on. All right, that denotes a formation change. We're talking 4-2-3-1. Hopefully, like Geo was saying, you know, Kyle Walker-Peters is on a yellow card. Let's get Ben Rama running at him, taking him on. Let's force him into awkward positions he doesn't want to be. Let's stop him from getting further forward because he's going to have to deal with the idea of Ben Rama. Let's just make sure it's a 4-2-3-1. And Ben Rama is running into a lot of space. Declan Rice, I can't see him. That was a really nice opportunity there for Ben Rama. Instantaneously laid it short to Rice. And he made a really nice run, but it doesn't quite happen. SOUWHU charging forward goes down. That's not a foul. I don't think it was a foul. I don't think it was a foul personally. And Southampton come away with the ball. It's Adam Armstrong who's charged up the entire length of the pitch after snipping it off. SOUWHU just runs into a dead end of Johnson, Rice, Paquette, and Johnson just says no. Johnson says no. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's not that he's bad. He's not great, but it's not that he's bad. It's more just the idea of he's on a yellow card. Let's put him into positions. Let's put him into positions where he doesn't want to be in. Let's get someone running at him who can take him on. You know, let's get a 4-2-3-1 system where you can have Cresswell overlapping Ben Rama, who's already there. Let's put him in a position he doesn't want to be in because he's already on a yellow. You know, I don't think he's bad, but corner to West Ham on the right hand side. Jared Bowen to take it. Put in. Bazunu comes and collects it easy. Bazunu comes and collects it easy. I don't know. I don't think Bowen's been too great today. It's just not quite the one from him today. It's annoying. Ben Rama tries to turn a little bit, gets a little bit caught, but that's fine. Warming up to the game. Warming up to the game. Is Perot on a yellow? Have I forgotten that he's on a yellow? Wouldn't surprise me if I've forgotten he's on a yellow. I am dumb, so he might be on a yellow. Ben Johnson coming forward with the ball, lays it short to Thomas Soucek. He has SOUWHU on the overlap, finds him. Goes down. It's just a bit of a clumsy foul. It's going to be a free kick. It means effed up beyond all recognition. It's a military term, I think. Is it military? Paul, is it military? Let me know. Let's go. Yes. Bit of capoeira. Let's get a capoeira style goal going, Dean. That's what I'm vibing. That's what I'm vibing. Free kick comes to nothing. Played in, instantly headed away. Ben Johnson can't stop it from coming forward. Hooked away from Ward-Prowse. We'll take that. Look, it's either going to be... Yeah, we're going to keep it in. We're going to recollect possession. It's not a perfect position. Yeah, okay. It is military. Okay. I thought so. I thought so. My girlfriend just messaged me and said, damn, your stream quality is low. I'll change to the other internet. So if you see this, thank you. Paqueta finds Skamaka. Trying to play the ball forward. Rice does well. Lays it short. Nice little close touches. Deflects off the ref. But play on because West Ham still have the ball despite the referee getting heavily involved in the play there. Technical issue. Technical issue. No. No, not now. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Time's a bit behind, but that's fine. Short to Declan Rice. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Declan Rice with the goal. I tell you what. He doesn't score often, but when he does, it's a bloody peach. Declan Rice with a lovely effort from the edge of the box into the bottom right-hand corner. It's 1-1. We're back in it, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in it. Am I going to say it was the bell? I'm going to say it was the bell. 1-1. Southampton just slowly stepping off the pace, getting a little bit of change of formation, getting Rice into a nice advanced position. Lots of time and space. Lots of Southampton players preoccupied. Ben Rama down the left-hand side. Plays it short to Cresswell, who's forward. Gets it to Rice. Nice 1-2 with Ben Rama. Bit of space on the edge of the box. No one close enough to him. And I tell you what, it's a really, really nice finish. Bends it round. Collect a car into that bottom corner. Bazunu can't get there. Southampton 1, West Ham United 1. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Josh. Let's get loving them bells. They're doing their bits today. Bell boy indeed. Get your bell down your gullet. Here we go. Bell in you. Bam. Bam. That's why we saved them. And the formation change, something to do with, well, not maybe not formation change, but the personnel change certainly something to do with it. Ben Rama getting the assist. Kyle Walker-Peters charging forward there. Skamaka does foul him. It's fair. That's fair enough. Come on. Up the bell. Yes. Yes, the bells are ringing out for and the bells are ringing out for Declan Rice. Let's go. Let's go. Big. By the way, we are absolutely flying. We're at 547. So I said 600 was potentially on the cards. There's over 700 of you here right now, and we're 53 off. Oh, we're flying forward now. Jared Bowen out wide. Got Paqueta there. Skamaka's in the box. Bowen's in the box. Paqueta took it. Bowen, Ben Rama on a shot. Oh, deflects up and over. Mate, come on. It's happening now. We're flowing. We are in full flow. They are at 6s and 7s. This is the defensive display you would have expected from Southampton. Jared Bowen comes flying forward, lays the ball off to Paqueta, who tries to put it onto his weaker foot, hits it, deflects off the back of Bowen, and it lands sweetly for Ben Rama, who runs onto it, strikes it, and Kyle Walker-Peters gets the block. It's going to be a corner to West Ham on the left-hand side. Really nice goal, Jaden. Really nice goal. Cresswell crosses it in. Head away from Southampton. Ben Rama picks up the ball. I'll tell you in a second, Jay. Cresswell looking for the cross again. It's going to be a throw-in. Jay, basically what happened... Jaden, sorry. I kept calling you Jay and I don't know why. Jaden, this is what happened. Ball came down the left-hand side. Declan Rice getting involved in build-up play with him, Cresswell and Ben Rama. Ben Rama moves forward. Cresswell comes in on the sort of overlap to try and cross the ball. He instead lays it to Ben Rama, whose first time touch to Declan Rice, lays it off. Big tackle from Kera. You love to see it. Come on, he's stepping up in his second half as well. And he wins a throw. Big place from Kera. Lays it to Declan Rice, his first touch, Ben Rama, puts it into a really nice position, who basically moves slightly towards the D and then just bends it round, collect a car from just the edge of the area. A very, very nice goal indeed. Indeed. Yeah, we've got to go for a kill now. I mean, Southampton are making potentially 2 changes right now. We've got to go for the kill. We've got to move in on them now. And I think we are. We're putting a lot of pressure on them. All of a sudden, we seem big. Yeah. I'm not going to act like I'm not far behind, but, you know, what can we do? I should also make sure the timer is in time. There we go. The timer is now in sync. SOUWHU looking to cross the ball. We'll take a corner. Come on. In front of the West Ham fans, we're really starting to step up now. Let's go. Southampton, I think he just said triple substitution. It's going to be a corner first, though. Whipped in from Bowen. Was looking towards Soucek. Declan Rice, I think it's Paqueta actually, who tries to header it towards someone. Doesn't quite work out. little bit of awkward control from from Aaron Cresswell, but ends up laying it short to Declan Rice anyway. We keep the ball nice, looking for that big crossfield pass. A little bit floaty, a little bit wasteful, that one, but that's fine. Awful kick from SOUWHU and West Ham. Oh, they didn't win a throw. We keep it in possession. That's a really nice play, actually. SOUWHU can't quite get the cross in. Bowen runs onto it. He strikes it. He's appealing for handball. It's going to be a corner. He said, referee saying it's being checked by VAR, and he's holding his hand to his ear to try and hear what they're saying. Bowen was convinced it was a handball. My gut says it was too close to him, but I haven't seen the replay. My just initial gut reaction was that was too close to be a handball. Yeah, VAR says no penalty, I think. Bowen runs onto it, strikes it, SOUWHU. I mean, I'm not even sure where it's meant to hit his arm. I guess when it deflects, Bowen's initial shot deflects off SOUWHU's feet, bounces back to Bowen, hits back towards SOUWHU, and it maybe strikes his hand as it goes out for a corner. I don't think that's a handball personally. Way too close, way too quick. His arms are down by his side. I would say no handball, but it's going to be a corner kick regardless because it does hit off SOUWHU last, wherever it hit him. It's going to be Bowen to take it again. Looking for Soucek. Bazanu does well. Ben Rama looking for a shot at the wide. Elahanusi can't get it forward. Ben Rama does well to play it out wide to Paqueta. Oh, it's not a bad cross in, but Bazunu comes and collects it, throws it out smartly and nicely, to be fair. And this is a really good opportunity for Southampton. This game is picking up the pace significantly. If you're a neutral, you're enjoying this game all of a sudden. Adam Armstrong. We've managed to get back into a good enough defensive position to slow them down. Perot forward. Soucek just trying to battle with Perot. It's a nice cross into the box to even get it there, to be fair. Rice hooks it away. Bowen to SOUWHU. Nice fast to find Declan Rice, who then spreads it out. Come on. And now West Ham counter-attack down the left-hand side. Aaron Cresswell's on the ball. Finds Ben Rama. Skamaka's in a central position. Bowen's in there. Paqueta at the far side. Laid short to Declan Rice, who hits it. It deflects off SOUWHU. It's going to be a corner. Going to be a corner. They are under pressure right now. We're getting there. We're going to see a replay here. Ben Rama cuts in, lays it short to Declan Rice, who takes one touch to steady himself and then hits it. SOUWHU does really well to block that one. Nowhere even close to his hand. Straight off his stomach. Straight off his stomach. And it's going to be a corner again. Same side, right-hand side, Bowen to take. Referees just having a discussion with, I think, Coletta Carr, Johnson, Bazunu. There's a couple of them in there. He could have been talking. Johnson's response makes it sound like he was talking to him. But it's a ball in from Bowen. Whips it towards it. Nowhere close to even hitting the first man. Headed away. And Jared Bowen continues not being great today. Poor touch. And it's straight out for a throw-in. Jesus Christ, Ralph Hasenhüttl has upgraded his triple change to a quadruple one in the time it's taken. Right, let's see what they're doing. Yeah, that corner was pretty poor. That corner was pretty bad. And he's just not been great at all today, to be fair. So, we're looking at their subs. Armstrong is coming on for Armstrong. So actually, Che Adams and Adam Armstrong are both coming off, who have both caused us problems today. Che Adams specifically. Joe Aribo is coming off for a doozy as well. Mara has come on up front as well. Lots of subs. Don't really know what's going on. Elahanusi coming off. I think it was Elahanusi who came off. Armstrong, Maitland-Niles, Diallo. So Diallo's come on for Maitland-Niles. So right, hang on. Let's work it through in our heads. Armstrong, Adams, Elyounoussi, and Aribo have come off. So they're four attackers basically have come off. And on in their places, Elyounoussi, Mara, the other Armstrong, and whoever else just came on. You're welcome. That's the kind of knowledge I bring. That's the kind of knowledge and just ideas and, you know, stuff I bring. Right, down the left-hand side, Ben Rama picks up the ball, steps up to Kyle Walker-Peters. He's gone for it, a quadruple substitution. You've got to respect it. Whether it's the right idea or not. Some of the most dangerous players, Che Adams, who's had, especially in that first half, had a carer completely on ice. Coming off is an interesting shout. Corner to West Ham, they have been racking up. And this time it's going to be Cresswell taking it from the left-hand side. He lays it short to Ben Rama. Back to Cresswell. Put into a good box. It was a big cross. Rewind selector. It was a good cross that time from the secondary attempt. Let's just do that from now on. Let's lay it short and lay it back to the person who takes the corner to do the cross, because we can't cross otherwise from corners. So let's just do that. That's a good question, Ismail. What is our possession this half? I can find them for you. Give me 2 seconds. That's a great question. Oh my god, our shots this half are insane. So far in this half, we've had 58, 59, 60% possession, somewhere around there. Somewhere around there, I think about 60, 59. And out for context, we have had 12 shots. They haven't had a single one yet. So when I said we've had a lot of shots, I meant it. We are all over there. Oh, looking for a free kick. Bowen can't quite get forward. SOUWHU went down. There was a bunch of bants going on that left hand side. Their left hand side, our far right. Pero, Elyounoussi involved. Diallo was the last guy who came on. So if we get the bell call, we'll go for it. Bell. 2 bell calls. If we get another bell call, I'll put it to the chat. I'll put it to the chat. It might be. Is it too early to bell again? Who knows? But I'll put it to the chat. Bell. Okay. Listen, the chat are calling for it. I will lob another poll in chat. And we'll see how I feel. Bell, yes or no, is in there. Is it too early to bell again? I don't know. We're leaving it up to you. I will give it until... Whipped in, headed away. I'll give it to... I'll say 80. I'll say 80. We are at 585. So 600 likes and a bell is not unreal. It's not unreal to say 600 and a bell. We could... 15 likes in that space of time? Easy. Light work for this chat. We can do that. There's 821 of you in here. Light work. We can get that. Play forward. Skamaka trying to control it down. A little bit awkward, but we keep control of the ball anyway. Declan Rice plays out to Ben Rama on the left-hand side. Bowen's the furthest person forward right now. No real options for Ben Rama, so he's forced to go backwards. There was no real short options. He finds Declan Rice, and we begin the horseshoe, slow, glacial slide sideways. Johnson finds Kara. Back to Johnson again. We're just really deep right now. Nice touch from Bowen out wide to SOUWHU. Looking back towards Bowen. Can't find him. Can't find him. Cleared away from SOUWHU. But West Ham recollect the ball easy. Minute and a half to go on the old bellometer. And we've flown past 600. We're at 617 likes right now. You love to see it. 617. Easy. Easy. I said 15. You doubled it. Like that. Like that. Play through a little bit OTT, and Southampton are going to get a goal kick. It's a problem, Suburban. It is a problem. Like, that right-hand side is not good. It's not good. I don't know. Well, that's the problem for me. It's not just SOUWHU, it's the entire right-hand side for me. I look at it and I think this needs sort of doing. When Bowen's been on form, it's helped, but today he's been off form again. And it's just all over the shot. Rice battling for it. Doesn't win against Mara. And Southampton are going to win a throw-in on a halfway line. It's gone significantly backwards. 30 seconds left on the bell pole. It's gone significantly backwards in the meantime, but there's no one warming up that I can see, Lou. He's a slow guy, so you wouldn't expect there to be. 10 seconds left on the bell pole. Last chance to get your vote in. Rice tries to nod it on, can't quite manage it. And the bell poll ends, and it's 80% say yes, 20% say no. Okay, next chance I get, I'll go and grab it. Next chance I get, I'll go and grab it. Oh, that's a nice from Stuart Armstrong. Just skips past the challenge. Finds a dozy. Short to Armstrong. He tries to whip it in. Ooh, there was an overhead kick attempt in the midst of that from Southampton. No one collects the ball, and it comes to Kyle Walker-Peters, who does really well to just sort of spin Paqueta, who does not look comfortable. He's gone down. Paqueta looks in trouble here. Shot from range. Flipping it from Southampton goes over. I'm going to go and grab it quickly while we have a goal kick. But Paqueta's gone down. And I, for one, am terrified. Because he looked like he was barely touched there. But he went down holding his chest in the same way that he did previously. I'll leave you with Danny, actually. I forgot to do that last time. I'll leave you Danny when I go and get it. But that's scary. I don't want him injured. We need him. Right, I'm back. He seems to be standing, so there's that. There's that. There's that much. But he seems to be standing. And we have bell number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Bell number 2. Is my stomach going to enjoy it? Nope. Nope, but we're here. We're here. Armstrong. Trying to find his way forward. It's battled back from I was going to say Declan Rice. We're a bit more than just Declan Rice. I meant West Ham. There's Antonio Chance coming from the side. Is he warming up to come on? Has he come on in the meantime? I don't think so. Don't think so. I was going to be more precise with this one, but seeing as just bunging it in worked last time, let's just bung it in. Second one was a lot more difficult than the first. I can't lie. I can't lie. There we go. Bell 2 in. Oscar Maka, it's a good opportunity. Hits it straight at Bazunu. He hits it with his weak foot. It bopples up for him. He hits it earlier. It's a nice piece of technique to hit it. But it's awkward. It's very, very awkward. He hits it early with his left foot. It sort of rises up. He sort of hits it early to try and catch Bazunu out, but it ends up being straight at him. Cresswell crosses it in from the corner, easily headed away. Diallo with a nice bit of control, trying to take it away from Jarrod Bowen. He hasn't got the pace to get away from him. And then the ball forward, looking for Elianusi, cut out well by Declan Rice, who then does well to find Soufal Johnson. Declan Rice dealing it well. Ooh. That's an unreal shout, Dean. I should 1000% do that. I should want that. Never send a letter, but for Christmases, why not? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Evan Steven, I may have just accidentally blocked you in the chat. I didn't mean to, I promise. I was trying to block something else. Message, drop a message in the chat. Let me see if you've blocked. I will go into the back end after and unblock you, I promise. I apologize. I accidentally blocked someone. I didn't mean to do it. I'm writing down your name on a piece of paper now, Evan, to remind myself to do that. Oh, shot from range. Fabianski makes the save. Follow up. Follow up was awkward. He was offside anyway. Evan, I'm writing your name on a piece of paper now to make sure I go into the back end to make sure you're 1000% unblocked. I accidentally did it. I meant to block someone else. I apologize, my friend. I'm sorry. All of them, Ben, is the answer. We want every single one of the chances. Never not the chances. Evan, you're there under the name of Union Berlin as well. I will do it after. Oh, good thing. Okay. Good. I apologize. I'll go into the back end just to double check after this that you're not on the ban list. I tried to... I'm sorry. That was very stressful for a moment there. Okay. Good. Okay. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. 1-1. We've got yet another corner. Don't do this to me, James. Don't do this to me, James. Short to Ben Rama, who can't find his way past Adozi. He finds his shot in the end. It's blocked from SOUWHU. Hooked back in from Skamaka, but awkward. It's going to be a goal kick. He apologises. It was an awkward one. Paqueta and Skamaka are both coming off for Lanzini and Michail Antonio. Okay. It's a choice. We wanted him to make subs, and he's made the subs. Now, are they the correct one? It feels no. But he's made them. Lanzini is on for Paqueta, and Michail Antonio is on for Skamaka. Paqueta still seems in pain, by the way. It's maybe something to do with his collarbone? It's maybe something to do with his collarbone. He was having a conversation there with Emerson, who was translating for the physio. I'm not sure what's wrong with him. Big hoof kick away. You love to see it. Was it useful? No, but just a big have it. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with him. But Emerson was doing this motion. Yeah, collarbone. It was definitely something here, wasn't it? I don't know. Run for the hills for 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred him to run for the hills next to Skamaka, but yeah. I don't necessarily disagree with that bit. It's more Lanzini, but I guess if Paqueta's injured, then... Armstrong finds Eleanusi, Perot on an overlap. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Adozi charging his way in. Ooh, there's a call for there's a call for penalty for Southampton against Thomas Soucek. It's not going to happen. Adozi stepping up to SOUWHU. It's a little bit of miscontrol. I mean, it looks like it touches his arm. VAR says no. But it looks like, well, I guess VAR looked at it. Basically, no penalty's been given. It looks like there might have been something in it. The first one was definitely not. I couldn't see if the second touch was confirmed, but it looked relatively close. But no penalty for Southampton, and West Ham can carry on going forward. I'll remind you all very quickly, OneFootball is a beautiful app that you should have a look at if you haven't already. Link is in the description below. It allows you to follow only the things that you genuinely care about. So if you want to just see West Ham news, you just have to click on West Ham and you can follow just West Ham. If you just want to see Premier League news, then you just have to click on that and you only see Premier League news. It's how we get our lineups before the show starts, and it's how you can too. The OneFootball app, ladies and gentlemen, they sponsored the show once more. Thank you very much to them. Link in the description below. They're beautiful people and they help us out massively. So if you haven't already, check them out. We're about to hit stoppage time. Souček makes the tackle. No foul, says the ref, and Lanzini lays it off to Jared Bowen, who somehow is still on the football pitch. That's harsh, but he's been bad. Declan Rice has the ball. Plays it across to Aaron Cresswell. Was looking for I think it was Bowen again on the far side, but Bazunu comes out and collects it. Well, he's done that. It was Souček who was coming up here at the back post. Bazunu does really well to get to that. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. Corner to West Ham yet again. Just in case you thought we hadn't had enough. Yet another corner. Our 14th of the match. We've had 14 corners, ladies and gentlemen. Jared Bowen to put it in. Well, it was towards Thomas Souček. It was better than usual, but doesn't quite work out. Okay, anyway, it's going to be a West Ham throw. Just over 2 minutes to go. At this point, I'll ask you for your Hammers Chat man of the match. If you put your name of the person who you think should be man of the match in the chat, I will scroll down, and whoever I see the most of as I'm scrolling will win the Hammers Chat man of the match award. The Hammers Chat man of the match award, even. So get those in. Still 1-1. I wouldn't usually do it in this sort of situation where it's poised like this, but I think now's the time. And as West Ham attack down the right-hand side, SOUWHU tries to get across. It's going to be a throw-in. I'll say this as well. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell notification button. We were the only West Ham channel to do a watch-along every single game last season without fail. We were here. And I'm going to keep saying that until that's untrue. Laid short. Paqueta. Not Paqueta, sorry. It's just not Paqueta. He's not even on the pitch anymore. It was Ben Johnson. Literally looked completely different. I don't know what my brain was saying there. Declan Rice. West Ham passing it around, trying to find an angle to get into Southampton's... into the final third. Not really working so far. And while you're down there, like the video if you haven't already. We've absolutely destroyed the likes today. We're at 646 as we speak. Which is mad. That's the most we've had this season by a significant distance. There's 900 of you here right now. If you all smack that like button, we'd hit 1,000. But listen, if we get 700 in this short amount of time, get in there real quick. Smack that like button as much as you humanly can. Right as we go through to the full time and match review. Flick down the line from SOUWHU, finds Lanzini. Back to SOUWHU, awkward touch. Thankfully, Southampton aren't very good, and West Ham come away with it again. That's harsh, but I've said it now. It's live and on the internet. Declan Rice plays it out wide. We've got under 30 seconds to go. Cresswell to Emerson. Not Emerson, Ben Rama. My brain just went, it's Emerson. That's that position, but it's Ben Rama who's trying to take on Kyle Walker-Peters. Doesn't really... Well, he beats him a couple of times. Lays it short to Declan Rice. That's not shooting range. Lanzini... Awful pass, and Southampton just tried to hook it away. Full time, and it is West Ham United 1, Southampton 1. A share of the points, and kind of disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, but there we are. Let's look at these man of matches real quick. Fabianski, Downs, Rice, Fab. Has to be Antonio. Rice, Bowen, Rice, Fab, Rice, Moyes. Rice, Fab, Rice. Skamaka, Ben Johnson, Rice. Fab, man of match, corner flag. He did his job. Ben Rama, Rice, Ben Rama. I tell you what, it's probably somewhere between Rice and Fabianski. He was probably second, but I think Rice is comfortably in the lead. So congratulations to Declan Rice on the Hams Chat Man of the Match award after a frustrating game at St. Mary's between West Ham United and Southampton. It ends 1-1. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to subscribe and all that good stuff. We will have a watch on Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday, isn't it, Leon? Wednesday for the Liverpool game. Stress. Thought it was Thursday. Just remembered it's Wednesday, so that's something I've got to sort out. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on that. It'll be fun. The review will be coming up in just a second. We have got 684 likes, so thank you very much, everyone. We came incredibly close to 700. That's by far and away the biggest we've done this season by a long shot. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the review, and I will see you on Wednesday. See you later, everyone. Goodbye. Bye.